Okay, buddy, let me get us. Oh, oh, damn! It already got set up. I got so worried for a second. I was like, oh man, I forgot to put it on the right thing. But no, I didn't. I lied. I lied to myself. It is on the right thing. Hello, welcome to stream time. I have decided to do a little bit of a surprise stream for y'all because I hadn't streamed the last 2 days, and I felt kind of bad about that. I'm still getting used to medication and also a new job. Well, new-ish job. I've kind of done this job before. I'm a substitute teacher now. If you guys who stuck around like a couple months ago remember when I was an ed tech. If you guys know what an ed tech is. I was an ed tech at my local school, so I worked full time. I don't technically work full time anymore. It's closer, I guess. It's kind of close to full time. I work at max what is 7 times 4? 28. I work about 28 hours a week max. So it's basically 1 day off from full time here. But it's still a lot for me, especially cuz I kind of just dove into it. So, you know, we gotta adjust back to like that, you know, that work stream free time balance schedule, you know. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm getting used to it. We'll figure it out. Especially with my medication making me feel good most of the time. But enough about that. It is time to get started on the stream and what y'all came here to see. Now, my friend can't be here right now quite yet to see exactly what I'm doing, so it's gonna be a little bit of a surprise till he gets in here. If he gets in here before the stream ends. But if any of you guys remember Fenry Wolf Prince, or know of him, we've been homies for a little while. Like, chatting on and off and such, because he's been hella busy. But I remember ages ago, I had promised that I would be sketching him his werewolf form. Because, in case you guys didn't know, we're both werewolves, so yay! So I'm gonna try and sketch him a little present today to hopefully make him feel better after all of the stuff he's been going through. So feel free to sit back, relax, grab a drink. I'm gonna move my camera, actually, over here to better record my face while I draw. I might need to adjust the model, though. Just to make sure she's in the right spot. Nikar needs to be in the right spot when I stream. Scoot you down. That's a little better. That's good. So yeah, it's just gonna be more of a chill stream today than anything. Just vibe, draw some werewolves, you know. Keep it calm, keep it cool. And it's not showing my reference. Why are you not showing my reference? Oh, Aqua, show my reference, please. Should be going right over it. I don't know why it's not doing it. Am I crazy? Where is it? Maybe I'll make a new reference page then. Screw it. Easy to do that. It's not hard. Yes, I wish to remove references. I wish to do... not that. I think it's a display capture. References. What do you mean the name is already in use? Reference. Oh, it is not a display capture. I'm a dum-dum. It's a window capture. Don't worry, it's always scuff with me. I'm so sorry. Add existing references. Let's try that. Aha! I fixed it. Sort of. Now you just gotta move it all the way back down. Let's smallify you. Put you up in the corner where you belong. So everybody can see exactly what I'm getting my inspiration from. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Right here. That should do it. Alright, let's begin. I've got 2 references right now that I'm mostly looking at. I'm looking at either this one here. They're both by Taran Fiddler, and if you don't know who Taran Fiddler is, you should definitely go check out their work, because it is fantastic, especially if you like were creatures. As you can see here, he did like a were minotaur, or well, just a minotaur, I guess. He has done like wearables before. But I'm looking at either this one right here, because I like the stance. I think it's very intimidating, which I feel like Fenry would appreciate. Or I'm looking at two more of like a stance like the top left here, the bull on the top left. I think like one or the other, or maybe some sort of combo of both. But either way, I'm gonna try both poses and see which I like better. Obviously, he is not going to be holding a club. He's going to be more or less like hand up, you know, dramatic, raised, staring down at you menacingly. So let's give it a shot. I don't know why I have 2 layers right now. That's dumb of me, but whatever. And we begin. I tend to draw a little big in the beginning, so don't mind if I scale this down in a hot minute. Especially says my cursor for my eyes is very tiny. So. And I have an emote to go off of because I was wondering like, oh geez man, like Fenry doesn't actually have any like art done of a werewolf form yet, so I'm like, how am I going to, you know, how am I going to make a werewolf form if I don't know what it looks like? But thankfully I have at the very least the start of one. It's a cute little like chibi emote he has for his server. So it's not the highest quality of werewolf art, but it is a start, and it gives me an idea of like what his werewolf lad should look like. So that is good enough for me. And then boop, give him some tummy. I'm gonna go in for that like nice intense profile because he said he wants his werewolf ripped, if I remember it, like pretty fucking beefy. Gotta do some typing. So that's a decent start for the body. You know, of course, if you come in here and you're like, oh my god, why does it look so wrong? Don't worry, it's part of the process. Trust me, bro. And then shoulder up here because he's going to be like lifting his arm in a dramatic fashion. Gonna have his nose pointed downward because, like, you know, wolves have that schnoot. You really want to notice that schnoot on a wolf. Plus, I think it's dramatic. But that's just me. And then I'm gonna start with a stick for his arm right now, just because I need to make sure I know exactly where I'm going to put it. Actually, I might even need to make the canvas a little bigger or make the werewolf a little smaller. And a big hip. He also told me ages ago when we were the schnoot, indeed, the schnoot. Very noticeable on werewolf. He also mentioned to me that part of his inspiration for his werewolf form, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Warhammer. I believe this is Warhammer Vermintide. But he mentioned to me a lot of inspiration for him was from the skin wolves of Warhammer. So, I mean, for the most part, they look like pretty classic werewolves to me. So, yeah, like I don't see much different to them other than, like, you know, the shreds of skin and bits of viscera, like, you know, coating their body, all that blood and gore. But for the most part, it's pretty. Is a werewolf. It's a pretty common werewolf. So I think, yeah, I think we're definitely going to go with that one. I'll add an extra Pinterest page just in case, because I would like to go and check on my werewolf references. Because, you know, sometimes it's Gucci to know, like, how the leggy should look. You think Wolfen from 40K? He didn't mention Wolfen to me, but I'm going to look it up now because you have me curious. Ew. Oh, the Space Marines, the Space Wolves. Ow! Thank you, Cyber. No, it is definitely not Wolfens. Definitely not. They look too humanoid for what he's going for. Like, we're like both like werewolves, not like man wolf or man animal things. Animal asses. yeah, like, this is the kind of leg I'm going for right here. And also, like, reference from one of my old pieces of art. I'm gonna give him scrunkly toes. He's not gonna have a choice in it. He's gonna have some scrunkly ass toes. So, he'll have to deal with it because I said so. And then we'll have the next part of his leggy right here. Make sure it juts out because it is, you know, how it be like it do. That should be like the kneecap. And then a bit like this. Because I tend to go with the, like, it leans more inward. It's not leaning inward enough. Dang it. You know, I have to pull out old scrunkle toes. Because I forgot how I did my scrunkle toes. I love that word. I'm sorry, you're gonna hear the word scrunkle toes a lot in this stream. So I hope you don't find it weird. Because I love it. It's my favorite word. Favorite phrase. Scrunkle toes is technically 2 words. It is now the scientific term for werewolf feet. They are now called scrunkle toes. And I will not take constructive criticism or criticism of any kind. You cannot deter me from this. Okay, well, I'm dumb because, this pose does not help me. You can't see it because I pulled it up on a separate thing, but, this pose does not help. So, whoops. Wow! Hello! Robocligane? Say Robocligane? I don't know. I hope I said it right. I'm sorry if I didn't. I'm trying my best. Alright, we're just gonna... I suppose it's gonna be, you know, turned outward a little bit no matter what I do. So maybe I'll just... because it'll go like... Wah. We'll find out when I actually get closer to making the foot. I'm gonna add that. If I do it like this... Oh, wait, I think... So I think I'll make it look like this, but have the toes more pointed inward. You know what I mean? Alright, so we have that. We have at least the front-facing foot. The front-facing foot, to me, is always the hardest one. So, I wanted to get that one out of the way. And then we start the next leggy. So this guy, this one, they gave him, like, some fucking beef-ass legs. I, too, appreciate a good thigh, but this is not the level of beefcake on these thighs. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely inspiration because he did say he wants his werewolf to be strong as fuck. So, I will not, you know, write off the beefcake legs. I'll probably need to study some muscle anyway. Just to make sure. And then right down here, I give a point to this back one. Now, surprisingly, if you ever look at, like, real dog legs are, like, other than the thigh, are surprisingly thin. So, I tend to make around this joint here, like, especially this joint here, the thinnest one. I still want it to be somewhat beefy, because I gotta make it realistic enough to make it look like he's not going to, you know, collapse under his own weight. And with this stance, he should be wide enough to not fall on his, you know, his face. So Mr. Scrunkle Toes, zoom out a little bit here, move him up. So his Scrunkle Toes are gonna face like this. So, like, his foot may be leaning outward, but, like, the majority of the feet are going to be, like, scooshed inward towards, like, this direction. And then for this foot, we'll bring it down a little bit, because he's not facing completely sideways. But, you know, it's definitely almost, like, that last toe over there should barely be visible, if visible at all. Though in this reference, he's pretty much, like, not quite side to. But whatever. I might even have to, if anything, I might have to fucking... I'm gonna take this, we're gonna widen it a little bit. Give him a little more beefcake to him, you know? Yeah, yeah. I like that, I like that. So we'll swoop Maybe give him a little extra thigh here. If that's the case, then we'll move this leg a skosh to the right. I said a skosh to the right. No, you fool! I said a skosh to the right. I hate when the program does not want to listen to you. Actually, just go back. Just do it like this. Scale, please, and bring it also a skosh downward. Right about there should be fine. And then, looking at this guy, his knee, I believe, should be like right about here. To look at the Minotaur as a reference. It should be right about here. So we're doing good. We've got the basis. I just realized my love for one games too. They were asked to make a game out of NFT. More like no fucking thanks. That is a based response. That is based and red pilled. You know, funny thing, so for those of you who don't know me, like, or know about, like, what I went to school for, I went to college. Was fuck no one sent an image, hell yeah. But yeah, for those of you who don't know about, like, my life outside of the stream, before I start, or actually, not even before I started streaming, towards the end of my college career is when I started streaming. Yeah, towards the end of my college career is when I started screaming. I got to senior year of college and went, ah! No, but, I started streaming about, like, yeah, like, senior year of college. And, afterwards, I graduated and I was, you know, looking for jobs, as one does when you stream. Or, when you stream. Bro, my brain is so lorg. So many thoughts are running around in this head at once. But, you know, as one does when, you know, typically when you graduate college, you, start to look for jobs. And I was. And, like, for, several months, I wasn't doing too well. I was technically on a team with some of my colleagues from college. Sippy. But, most of them got jobs, so that project that we were working on kind of fell through. I was supposed to be then be onboarded again for another project they were making. Didn't work. I don't know what happened there. But, one of my friends, it was literally in August. I remember now. It was in August because I was supposed to be, sorry, I blocked that. I was going to Colorado for a furry convention. Yes, I am a legit furry. You may laugh at me. I don't care. And one of my friends was like, hey, yo, you still looking for a job? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still looking for a job. What you got? So they're like, well, I'm in a game studio, and, we are looking for an artiste, you know, an animator. I'm like, oh, I'm an animator. What? Who would have thought? Anyway. So like, yeah. You know, if you want the job, I can send you the info. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the studio? What's the gig? And immediately he's like, it's NFTs. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's a game where you like get NFTs and use the NFTs in the game. And I'm just like sitting there like, are you for real right now? He's like, yeah, it's for real. He showed me the website or whatever of the studio, and sure enough, I looked it up, and yep, he was right. Yeah, exactly. I looked up the website, and sure enough, I was like, yeah, it's like the world's first NFT video game or something. Like, it's mega cool. You should check it out. Blah blah blah. Buy our NFTs. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, for real right now? Like, you sold your soul to the NFTs, my guy? You became a crypto bro? And yeah. He literally sent this to me too, like, as I was about to get on the plane. So I'm texting my friends, like, I will not lie, I was thinking about it first, because, you know, I'm fucking broke. Your girl need money? But also, ew. NFTs, bro. Why you gotta give me a job opportunity and then hit me with it's NFTs? So yeah, basically, I talked to my friends because I was like, I need money, but also like my morals. And yeah, I fucking denied it, of course. You wouldn't get hired anyway if you took it at any point. Probably not, no. Like, as much as, you know, I need money, yeah, I am not endorsing cryptocurrency. No thanks. No thank ye very much. Oh no. Go back. There we go, thank you. I could not bring myself to join the dark side. Thank fuck. But yeah, no NFTs for me, no thank you. Like, if you turn the smoothing on. Fuck. I'm not gonna call like anybody who does like actually invest in NFTs like dumb or stupid or anything, but it's definitely like not something I would do, especially due to like environmental reasons. Since in case you guys don't know much about NFTs, I did a skosh of research. I love saying that word now, skosh. No, I saw the tweet. I checked it out. But like essentially NFTs, because, you know, or cryptocurrency in general, not just NFTs, but cryptocurrency in general, it's part of the reason why GPUs are like so fucking expensive these days, is because in order to get crypto, you need to mine it, you know, crypto mines, which is done via GPUs. And as such, if you want to get like really rich at doing it, you need like a shit ton of GPUs. So, and as you know, like computers tend to do, when you use them, they get hot. So like people pay like, and you also need power, you know, electricity to use your PC. So people will like run these computers day and night, like to mine this shit. And of course, you know, you need to make power. Power is primarily done by like coal and fossil fuels and all that kind of stuff. Fossil fuel bad for the environment. Global climate change bad. Polar ice caps melting. So yeah, that is why I will not touch NFTs with a 60-foot pole. All right, now we have a singular arm. Now that we have a singular arm done, I'm gonna move him over to the right more because I don't know how this next arm is gonna go. So let's see. So first of all, we gotta get the shoulder muscle. The shoulder's connected to the pec muscle. You know that song about like the neck bones connect to the chest bone. The chest bone's connected to the arm bone. It's like that, but with muscles. The shoulder muscle's connected to the pectoral muscle. The pectoral muscle is connected to the lateral muscle. Don't yell at me. I haven't taken anatomy since high school. Sue me. And then boop. I'm also kind of trying to make it semi-long because, you know, realistically speaking, I'm gonna break out my realism here because, you know, werewolves are so real, so very, very real. When it comes to, what was I saying? Oh, like, you know, the arms and stuff of dogs. They are pretty long. Like, obviously, because if you're losing your shit right now. Why art thou losing thine shit, my lad? My good man. You know, actually, I think this definitely looks wrong. We're moving this over. We're moving this over because, you know, when you squish stuff up, it kind of squanch a little bit. I don't know why I said squanch, but you know what? I'm squanching it right now. I don't care. I guess we're just squanching it up in here. Get these fucking chunky, beefy, big boy arms. That's what we need. We need big boy arms, you know? And then, his hand will be kind of curled in a little bit. The ending statement in that tweet. The no fucking thanks. I might need to pull up an arm for this. Back. Back, I say. That's not even the end? Oh? There's more? There's more to this story? Here we go. We'll check out these hands. As you can see, I'm decently organized. I could probably break down the sections of my my drawings more. But I need to find something like this. Yeah. Alright, I think I got it. I think I got a hand. We'll do it like this. Okay, so we have this part of the hand. We have... I definitely don't think that's right. It needs to be, like, curled more. Because it's kind of like this one in the second row to the left, but not quite. Hold on, wait. This one has kind of that splay that I'm looking for, the fingers. Ah, go back! No! Why would you do this? NFT guy person. This straight up hurt my feelings. I liked your game and I had high hopes. New blood. You can go away now. Well, rip them, I guess. Hold on. Okay, I think... go back! Cease! Mamma Mia Pizzeria. Okay, we did it. Yeah, because it's gonna need to go, like, squinch out a little bit. And then swoop, and then swoop, and then hua. And then gonna do this. Actually, hold on. I gotta like no. I'm gonna get that. And then it goes swoop, and then wha. You know what I mean? Like this. Kind of like this. This is the shape I'm going for. Hello, Dumpy! Fear my unrivaled stupidity, mortal. I am beyond your mortal comprehension of intelligence. I am in fact so dumb, I have become smart. You're welcome. La 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 la, and then we draw the pinky, and the pinky goes like this. Because I can draw fingers or something. This one goes almost perpendicular. And then up. I swear to God, this sound that they're playing right now sounds like a... like, if this isn't a remix of Raft, I don't know. Integer overflow, baby! Love it. And then... no, actually it's gonna curve like this. Like, this is a remix of Raft, and you can't fucking tell me it is not. Because I will refuse to believe you. This is, like, 1000% a Raft remix. actually, hold on, I'm gonna listen, I want big paws and all that, but like, there's a limit to how big the paw can be. One can only have so big of paws. So how is the wolf girl? Big old clappers? Yeah, big old clappers, big old bappers, big old boinkers. I don't know. I am doing okay. Frankly, part of the reason I'm streaming right now, and like why I didn't stream earlier, is because one, I was doing things. Two, I had 2 energy drinks today. And it kind of hit me now. If you can't tell, I'm a little excited. And then my friend, I was talking with my friend, Fenry Wolfprince, whom I had totally remembered that I had, like, briefly mentioned drawing a werewolf version for him, and I never did. So, he unfortunately... Excited. I am excited. But unfortunately he cannot be here right now, for he is, Australian, and therefore doing the works right now. So, you know. Can't join us. But he might be here later if I'm going, you know, long enough, because he said at, he said he has break at, well, he told me he has break in 2.5 hours at 8:30. So if I manage to go to 11, he'd be able to see, but no guarantees. I'm just aiming for 10 o'clock, and that is my goal. If we end there, we end there, and otherwise, you know, we keep going then. I'm gonna take a couple look at, like, Terran's, monsters. Aussie moment. He's got a gore. Alright, I think I see how he does his hand here, because I'm kind of looking at, like, the back version on the top left here. I know it's very small, you probably might not be able to see it, but I know kind of what I want it to be, but not entirely. Especially not with the way this hand is. I had a breakdown of how to draw hands simpler, but I'm not sure where it is right now. Unless it's like, it might be this one. Foreshortening is cool, kids. Oh, I put my hand out to try and, like, reference it in my mind, and my dog showed up. I don't know if any of you who draw do this at all, but, like, sometimes when you're trying to draw a specific pose, right, you start doing it with your body, like your face or your hand. I thought you were just gonna say you had a breakdown trying to draw a hand. Guys, I'm having a fucking mental breakdown. I can't do this anymore. I can't draw hands anymore, guys. I'm gonna cry. But I put my hand down to try and, like, work out the pose that I'm going for. And my dog walked into my room, and he saw my hand down, and, if anybody knows my dog, or, like, me and my dog, one of the things that I do is when I basically want him to come and, like, you know, give me attention because I'm a sad little girl, I will put my hand down if he's nearby, and he will always come over and let me pet him. And, yeah, he happened to be sitting in the doorway. I thought he had left to, like, go downstairs and just chill or whatever. But no, he was here. He was waiting. Like a sweet little lad. And he saw my hand was down, he goes, "Oh, mother requests affection." And immediately came over. You know, we're gonna come back to this hand later. I'm having a moment with this hand. It's just not clicking, you know? Something about this hand is just not clicking. But that's okay. We'll do the face first, and then we'll come back. He is very good doggy. He is very good doggy. I don't want to talk too much about him because he is a smart lad and has learned to understand when I am talking about him. So I would not be surprised if he were to just, like, you know, pop up at any moment by my side and just be like, you talk about me? You talking about me? This is about me? Because he will do that sometimes. Where is this McFreakin emote? It says it's in his goddamn server, but I'm not seeing it. Whatever. I guess that means I'm gonna have to do the ye old scroll up through the entire Discord chat. There it is. There he is. I can't see his cheek fluff, so he's just gonna have to deal with it. Let me see. So that's that one. That was the one. We want to go to Doggo Land, my furry shit folder. For I have a specific thing I am looking for about, like, essentially the breakdown of wolf versus fox face. And I like the simplification of it. Aha. Right here. I do believe this is the one. I'm so sorry that half of my art streams are just Nakara is scrolling through shit. Oh, now that I click reload, you decide to load. Isn't that just the best? I just want to see it. I just show me your image. Open image in a new tab. Gib. There we go. Perfect. Okay. See, like here is how they do the wolf breakdowns. I'm gonna look at this one more or less right here. Because this is a front-facing wolfie. So let's go and try and give him some complexity. So if his jaw is right down there, we're gonna want something like this. More or less, like, you want a head shape kind of like this for a wolf. You can make it more rounded, but for the most part, like, this is how I see wolf heads looking. There's words here, but I don't really care. Yeah. Wolves have much shorter ears. I always find it so funny whenever I see characters like VTubers and you got no permissions. I know. It's a shame, really. Actually, I am gonna sharpen it just a smidge, just like that. But I always find it so funny when I'm looking at, like, VTubers who are like, I am a wolf VTuber, and, like, this is just a personal nitpick with me. Nothing wrong with people's designs. It's just my inner realist is going like, that's not correct. That's why I try to draw Nakara's ears the way I do. If anything, the ones I have on this model are actually technically a little too big. But typically speaking, like, wolves' ears are a lot smaller than people think of. Like, they're pretty short, actually. Because I see a lot of people go for, like, these really pointy ears when it comes to like, wolf characters. And while stylistically, yes, it looks pretty cool, I can't deny. My poor little inner realist brain is going, wolf's ears are not that pointy. Yeah, counterpoint, big ol' floofers, indeed awesome. Big ol' floofers are indeed awesome, and I'm not going to, like, yell at anybody for it. If you want big ol' floofers on your werewolf, then fucking go for it. The bigger the ears, the better. Now here's the problem I run into. There is a person whomst stylizes woofs very well, and I want to look at their woof. Oh, only ear! No body, only ear. Ignore my homepage. My homepage is slightly horny. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Pinterest is used for more than just art. But let me see. Starting here, I can get to this person easiest from here. Pinterest is a oh no, it changed. Pinterest, why? Pinterest, why must you do this? Where are they? Oh no. On your Pinterest. I hate it when they do this to me. Don't worry, we won't even make out the horny. But where's the person? I'm crying inside. Where? Maybe if I go to the anthro section, I might have it there. Oh, no! I know where it is. I know exactly where to go. I need to go to this old folder of an old D&D character I have because I use the references here. How dost thine do their floofy boys? I would like to know. Okay, here we go. Here's some headshots. This is perfect. You can cry outside too. Yeah. It's okay. This is exactly what I'm looking for here. So it's okay if this fur is like not extremely fantastic. I don't care. I'm just trying to get more or less an idea of how to make floofy boys when facing this direction. So we'll do it like this. Okay, perfect. Big ol' honkin' foofers. Nah, I don't like how I did that. Something like that, I think. Is okay. We'll leave that there for now. Yes, decoding the optimal floof is very hard. I think once I get a handle on how I want the cheek fluff to look, that will like really tie together the look I'm gonna go for when it comes to the back fur. So I'll get the nose. Sorry if my character doesn't emote well enough right now. I do kind of like lean in really close, and when I do, my computer has a seizure. So we'll leave that for now. I don't know how long he wants his tail, if he wants it like long and floofy, so I'm just gonna do it like this, because I can. And then the only thing we're missing now is the hand, which is going to drive me insane. Hold on, I got an idea. Flip canvas horizontal. Sometimes flipping the canvas the other way like can help your brain figure it out. This is gonna look weird for a second. I'm drawing with my non-dominant hand to get an idea. So, we'll do it like that. And then get that. It's okay if the proportions are not quite correct, because I need to first make sure that the hand looks okay as a hand. And then we'll worry about making sure they match up in terms of relative size to the other side. Something about his hand. You know, I might just go with the old Terran Fiddler's fist that he has for his lad. Alright, we'll flip it back. Flip canvas horizontal. Go back to this guy here. At the very least, I can also use his design for a hand here, because it looks like he makes his minotaurs with 3 fingers instead of 4. Oh no, he makes his minotaurs with 2 fingers. I suppose that makes sense, you know, cow. So I was like, why does this fist not look right to me? But then I realized it's because it's a 2-fingered fist, not a 4-fingered fist. So maybe then, if we're gonna do that, we're gonna go that route. We'll go back to the hand section I have here. That's expressions. I got too excited and I clicked on the wrong one. Hams. Now I need to find the fist. Where art thou, fist? Aha, fist. There we go. Okay. So let's see here. Tends to be that, like, your thumb is always on the outside of your fist, your fingers. So I think I'm just gonna do it like this. But, like, we're gonna bring this over this way. I actually think I should make the fist a skosh bigger. Scale it down like this. Okay, I think we've got something. Ham's fist form. I think I got this right. I would like to make his forearm and his bicep look a little bigger. Because compared to the other side.
My captain, rise up and hear the bells, rise up, for you the flag is flung. For you the bugle trills.
Oh my god, it's another one of Nevermore's poetry nights. Alright. So now we have, for the most part, we have the basis of the body. So let's go. I'm gonna go back to this one. And we're gonna start turning. Gonna lower the size. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Gonna lower the size of the brush, and we're gonna start adding in some details. So we'll do that. Gonna swoop. Gonna add the nose like this. Because in case y'all don't know, wolf snouts are very flexible. How is the night been? It's been going good. It's mostly been like vibe and chill time. Nothing too intensive has been going on. So, you haven't missed out on much if you're just joining in now. Trying to draw a not a weef wolf anymore. This is an actual werewolf. This is my friend's werewolf, actually. Going to be my friend's werewolf. And then draw it out like this. Draw. If I ever do go quiet at certain points, don't worry, I will talk again. It's just my brain going into focus mode. You know, I don't like this face. A woofer weef, if you will. I think I need to make, if anything, I think I need to make the snoot longer. And make the nose more down. In order to achieve the look that I want. So I essentially want it to be like he's looking down on you. You know what I mean? Either that or I'd have to go with like this one where the face is up. And that's not exactly what I want. I want it to look like he's craning down to like, you know, angrily stare at you, wolf. Front view. You know what I mean? Like that really dramatic shot. Yeah, like this shit kind of look to it. Let's see. I'm gonna start with the eyes first. Because wolf snouts are not super wide, especially when they're pointed down like that. And then I need the nose like fucking practically all the way down here. That looks a little better. I think that looks a little better. Now, if only I could see like what the werewolf form looks like a little better. I'd love that. I wonder how skin wolves look like their faces. I also want to check out go back to that other wolf face that I had. That reference, because I liked how they did the side cheek floofies in that simplification. And I kind of want to add some of that to this, you know. Don't forget about the nostrils so he can sniff. You need to be able to sniff. Actually, if anything, I should probably bring his nose down even more. Yeah. Now that's dramatic. Random question. Is it intended to pronounce linen or it's pronounced linen? Like if you want a good way to remember that, her last name is supposed to rhyme with lichen. Oh wait, it's right here. I'm silly. Like lycanthrope. So yeah, that's probably the best way for you to remember it if you have a hard time remembering what her name is supposed to sound like. Yeah. No problemo, no problemo. Okay, I like this. Yeah, now I'm kind of getting into it. Now I'm kind of, yeah, I'm liking this. I'm gonna go take a look at this guy again. So my way of doing wolf ears is like this. Oh, that one didn't quite. This one didn't quite get shaped the way I like it. There we go. Actually, I might want to bring this one in a little closer. And then we shall do this. Like that. No, it looks too funky. I don't like that face. I want it to be more like, How do I want this? I'm gonna go back and look at that other reference again. Cause I like how they have the hair like flaring out to the sides and stuff. I see, I see. Like this person, whoever this person is, I don't know their handle or anything, but I fucking love their werewolves. Big inspiration for me. I might get for the most part symmetrical, but like not super symmetrical. Like no two sides need to be exactly the same. I wonder, actually, you know what? I think part of why it's not looking right to me is I've made the hair flare out too wide when I don't want it to flare out so wide. Not. Oh, I see. Hold on, let me take a look. Yeah, that's better. Hello, Shamanic! No, actually, this is not Nakara as an Armello character. This is a piece I am making for a friend of mine. I know he'd been going through a very rough time lately. So I thought maybe, you know, a little werewolf character art would cheer him up, because my friend is also a werewolf. And if you don't know him, his name is Fenry Wolfprince, so if you want to go check him out, look up that handle. Actually, I think I'm going to draw the eyes a little wider, too. Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while because, like him and I, our characters are honestly at this point, like, pretty linked together. But, like, not in a canonical way. Because, like, when we first met and we started, you know, talking about how our we both are werewolves, as some people tend to do with their friends OCs, we started like making like AUs and stuff together. Because like canonically, at least as long as his lore hasn't changed, because he hasn't streamed in a while, and I think he is doing a, if I remember right, he is doing a reboot soon. His character is essentially like a werewolf prince, who has like existed for a long time and is like a practitioner of the dark arts. AUs mean alternate universes. So like everything that our characters do in the like the stories we make up are not canon to our lore. Like they have nothing to do with the characters themselves. These are just like fun little situations we like to put them in. Like, what if Nakara was like, I don't know, what if Nakara was like a steampunk warrior? What if Nakara was in Genshin? What if Nakara was in, you know, Cyberpunk Edgerunners? All of these are like made up Shamanic? What the fuck? How did you know? Did your fucking shaman powers like tell you that shit? Because oh yeah, I did. I got so concerned for a second. I'm like, how did he know my secrets? How did he know my sins? Oh yeah. Wait a minute, I did. Okay, yeah, I did make that maid art, but that was actually that maid art I made was actually before the AU. I just happened to show it to my friend and we're like, what if? Because like in our lore, the side lore, not the canon lore, in the side lore we have with each other, at least in this specific scenario. Okay, this is for this specific AU. So as Shamanic has spilt the beans, yeah, me and Fenry made up an AU where Nakara is a maid in a mansion and he is the lord. I'm pretty sure I remember you either posting the maid thing or at least talking about it. I might have talked about the maid AU beforehand on stream. I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't be surprised if I had, because I loved the maid AU. It was like one of my favorite things. I just find it so much fun to like make that AU. No, I don't want that one. I want a different one. Go back. Shoo. Get rid of your muscle titties. I don't want to see your muscle titties. Ugh, I had it. There it is. Perfection. Yeah. So yeah. That is pretty much the main AU we have right now. We haven't talked about any others lately due to like several things going on in his life. But eventually we probably will again. At least I hope so, because I find the AUs to be fucking fun. I like throwing Nakara into scenarios where she isn't normally. Just to, you know, see what happens. See what I could, you know, make interesting. And then most of the bicep schmeat is up top, according to this. You talking about how you're chaotic, he puts up with you. Yep. Okay, good. So I did discuss this before. Because, yeah, Nakara is a hella chaotic maid. But I love her for it. And apparently so does Fenry's character. Which I think is hilarious. Like, my character being legitimately an asshole. Like very few redeeming qualities, but she is pretty much just genuinely there to, like, ruin... Oh, I didn't see that. Hold on, let me get a sippy before this. Bring out the inner chaos baby. Yeah, chaos baby, that's me. Bringing out the inner fucking turmoil in this thing. And like there's no story to it, in case you guys are like, oh my god, what's the story? How does the story go? There's no story. It's just like dumb little scenarios. So if you're like looking for that like spicy lore tea, I'm so sorry, there's none for you. Sorry. Check back another time, perhaps. Let's see. Bicep. And then swim. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll make another AU with him one day, or like other characters. Cause I like, fun fact, if anybody didn't know, like way before I became like a VTuber slash TikToker slash, you know, insert insane amounts of social media here, I used to go on to roleplay websites because I was like hella into roleplay. I don't really do that anymore, especially because the roleplay website I used to frequent was shut down like several years ago. I love being the chaos baby and shit like D&D. Fuck yeah. I gotta say though, when it comes to like D&D chaos babies, there's definitely a certain level of chaos, that is I would say is acceptable in a campaign. And it depends what the party is comfortable with. Like I remember like ages ago. Well, not really ages ago, like a year or two ago. This was fairly recent in Nikara history. We were playing, me and my friend Roadkill. If you guys know Roadkill and have seen him on my many streams, we had played a D&D campaign together a long time ago. They might have. We didn't discuss that far. We just discussed being assholes to each other. But anyway, I'll get into that more in a little bit, but I'm gonna finish this story. We were playing a D&D campaign like a little while ago, and the gist of it was like it was what do you call it? It's Ravenloft. It was a Ravenloft campaign. Thank you. I just remembered. So you know, if any of you guys know about Ravenloft in D&D, Ravenloft is essentially like literally a fate worse than hell. It is so bad, even demons and fiends don't want to go to it. It is that scary. Fun place, yeah. It's a great time. I love it. And like I'm not gonna go through it too much. At least try not to, because I've explained this on stream many a time, especially when it was like going on in my current timeline. But the gist is there were 4 characters. Nah, Ravenloft is lit. Yeah, Ravenloft's hella lit. But there were 4 characters. There was, I will get my character last. So there was a little undead gay Victorian man named Ephraim. There was a chaotic vampire former wealthy person named Mildred. There was this fat, greedy, very selfish guy. I can't remember his name. What was it? You know what? I actually have the campaign D&D server still. I'm still in it. I'm gonna go look up his friggin' character sheet because I need to know. His name was Jack. Or, well, that was his current name. He had, like, a disguise name beforehand, but I'm just gonna call him Jack because that's what the sheet says. And then you had me, Rybith, or Rai. Out of all of the 4 characters, I was the only one isekai'd into this land. I had, like, done some funky shit in the human world, the normal world, whatever. Got isekai'd into Bad Zone, and we all started adventuring. But, throughout the campaign, Jack, had done, like, multiple things that got the party into trouble, namely the biggest one that I remember. Took place in this, like, little village. We were basically in the world that is a copy of, like, Frankenstein's monster. And in this world, like, we were having to make our way to the Frankenstein person, this lady. Because the story was, like, she made a Frankenstein. Oh, my God. Okay, hold on. I will read that in a second, Dumpy. Because it's a long one. But essentially, we were making our way towards the Frankenstein's castle to find, the lady to get us out of here. And the story was something like she made a Frankenstein's monster. It was a girl. She loved it. But she was, like, abusive as fuck. So her monster ran away. Dang! Oh my God! You popped in at the fucking right time. I was just telling everybody about that ye old campaign that we had done ages ago with people whom we shall not name. Because we were talking about, I don't even remember what we were talking about at this point. It was like AUs and stuff, but then I got stuck on D&D. Hold on, I must read Dumpy's post. Currently, I am in Prowlers and Paragon's campaign where I've insulted every single enemy and we have met through my own insanity. Summoned a Left 4 Dead tank to throw one of them into the air and bash in their spine. Summoned a group of skeletons, gave them Tommy guns, gave them the order, rattle 'em, boys! I fired a rocket launched in an enclosed room to an enemy. Oh my god. No, it's okay. I don't mind if you're distracting me from my art. If anything, this delays me until Fenry shows up so he can actually see it live. But Roadkill, I was just telling them about the most selfish character we had in that campaign. I forgot his like original disguise name, but I know apparently it's Jack now. I actually had to go back in the campaign and look at the character sheet. I remember everybody except that one. You want to come in? Yeah. Godfrey! Thank fucking God! I was like, I know it starts with a G. I know it starts with a G. Okay, you know what? You're coming in here. We're discussing this, guys. You're gonna get Roadkill in here. He can also tell you about the many sins Godfrey committed in our campaign. From Smeldon Ring? No, not nearly as cool as Smeldon Ring Godfrey. He was a fat little bastard of a man who I fucking hate. But there you are. Okay, Roadkill, I don't know how bad this is lagging, but I'm calling you right now. Give me a second, guys. Aha! Welcome. Oh, you're still in Frankenpoosa mode?
Hello, oh fuck.
Ah, fuck! It's okay, it's okay.
Okay, there we go, hi.
Hi, I was just telling everybody about that rat bastard Godfrey we had in the campaign because we were talking about selfish characters.
Again, it's really funny looking back as well because the player was also selfish and I just didn't realize till whoopsie poodle, the bad thing happened.
Yeah, I won't bring up anything bad like that, but I was just telling them, I was trying to give them the example that I remember the most of how Godfrey was a selfish rat bastard.
It wasn't even that he was selfish per se, it was that like...
Or well, how he stirred the pot, I guess, you know?
No, the way I would put it nicely is that the person who played that character would get an idea in their head, and they would need to do the idea no matter what the consequences were, and they would just keep going with it, even if it caused issues.
Okay, I suppose, yeah, that's fair.
And I don't know why they were like that. I don't know if they thought the character was like that, so they were trying to, like, be the character, but no, knowing the person, I feel like that's just them, because they were also kind of like that when they DM'd another campaign I was in. But, you know, from the DM side, so it kind of works, because they were the DM. But, like, no, Godfrey did so many stupid things. And I remember that Godfrey was sold as this, like, smart con man. And it's like, okay, well, if he's a smart con man and has lived this long, I feel like he would have better ideas than this.
Yeah.
Because his ideas almost always nearly got him killed. And there was the one time it basically did, until the DM went, wait a minute, we forgot about someone's ability, and then rolled it back and didn't have him die.
Spoiler was my ability.
He was so close to legitimately actually dying. And I remember that at that point, both you and I were like, if Godfrey dies, I'm not crying a single tear.
Yeah, no, we were fucking done with him. I'll get to that story. I will get to that story.
And you have to make another character, I do not care.
Yep. Alright. I will tell them the story of, like, one of the times I remember where he, like, fucked us over the most, because I love to tell this story. So,
it's funny.
If you remember, Roadkill, we were in basically, like, the version of the world that was, like, Frankenstein's monster.
Was this when he kept trying to, like, chuck himself to the door despite all the giant, like, constructs or something?
No, not that one. It was before that. It was, like, when we had first arrived, we had, you know, we had fought your dead lover who turned villain.
Conrad.
And we had gotten to the little town with the iron walls.
Oh God! Oh
no,
God!
No! Shh! No, I gotta tell it. Let me tell it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
I know
I'll add. It's
Yes,
that
you may.
incident. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm very
God.
excited to tell this story. I love this story. So,
that incident.
we had picked up a person with us. He was like, basically, this world's version of Jekyll and Hyde. I don't remember his name. Dare, do you remember his name?
The version of Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, the
What?
shy little like necromancer scientist dude from
Yes.
Morden.
I fucking forget what his name was too, and he was technically kind of a love interest.
Yeah, he
I-
kind of was.
Yeah, I forget.
You know, I'm gonna
No,
call him
'cause remember
Edward.
When he fucking met Ephraim, he was like stripped naked. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
He was like, Ephraim, I need to see every inch of your body because you're undead and cool as hell. And Ephraim's there like, wait a minute.
You're like, hold on, wait a minute. This is like, take me to dinner
Also,
first.
I just want to point out Logan the Drogan. Yes, so I agree. If a character is played as thinking they're smart but they're not, that can be done well. The problem is that I legitimately think that the player actually thought he was outsmarting us and/or the DM half the time.
Oh, we
but
remember all the
no.
arguments they'd get into.
They got in so many
Many arguments
all
with the
the
DM.
time. And the funny thing is that, like, the DM still hangs out with that person, even though I've distanced myself from the DM a bit, because they still hang out with that person and the other person I will not name. So it's funny.
It is funny.
They got in so many arguments over stupid rules, and then you'd have to sit there and just let them go at it, like, can I
Like
fucking
10
play my
minutes, like 10
character
minutes,
now?
20-minute long
You're
arguments.
sitting there like, can I play my character while it's not? No, this is the DM and the one player argues about rules hour.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we had just gotten
Anyway,
to
yes.
this little
We're
town
getting
with
to the inn.
Jekyll and
Yes.
Hyde guy, and I can't remember if this is before or after I learned how to speak Lemordian, but either way, we needed.
This was before.
Yeah, I got it. I got the
None of
ability
us-
just like before we went to
I
go
was gonna
hunt
say,
the girl.
I don't think any of us spoke Lemordian except for Jekyll and Hyde guy because he was actually from Lemordia. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I
So
remember he was
the
from
only
here.
one who spoke it. So fucking Godfrey didn't speak it.
No, Godfrey didn't speak it. So we get in, and like because Jekyll and Hyde is our only translator, we're like, okay, buddy, we need you to get us, procure us some rooms for the night. He goes up, talks to the innkeep, is like,
fucking Godfrey.
and he's like, it's a reasonable price in D&D. He's like, it's like
Literally.
2 gold per room.
So the inn guy is like, here's a reasonable, normal price for rooms for a night, right? And for
Right.
some fucking reason, Godfrey is like, this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
So he's
I have
like-
to get a discount.
Jekyll comes up to us and is like, it's 2 gold per night. And we're at like everybody in the party, me, Mildred,
fine.
Ephraim, are all like, that's cool, we'll pay it.
Literally
then-
everyone else is like, that's fine.
Godfrey walks up and goes, 2 gold.
That's too much.
Those are too much.
So I distinctly remember how he tried to bamboozle this. Would you like?
Oh, I know how he bamboozled this.
Oh, that was
So,
stupid.
The first thing he does is he like walks up to the
Okay.
counter and pretends he's like a decrepit old man, right? He's so old and frail and he's dying and he desperately
Yeah.
needs a room to sleep
And
in
he's
because
like,
he's
could
so
you please
sick.
give me a room for cheaper because I'm an old man?
No, not even
Oh,
cheaper. I think he wanted it free because he's like, I'm an
Oh
old
my
man who's
God,
dying.
Yeah. He was like, please, I need to lay down because I'm so ill. And they're like, okay, 2 gold. And he's like,
No, not even that. He just like, I'm too old. And then the desk boy is like,
yeah, the
hold
guy
on a
didn't
minute.
even-
He's like, hold on a
Yeah.
minute. Goes like to somewhere in the hotel. Comes back with a
Oh,
doctor.
yeah, he gets a
Hold on.
priest.
Let me get it. No, not
No,
a priest.
it's
He gets a doc. He
it's
gets a doctor.
Cleric. He gets a cleric.
No, he doesn't get a
He
cleric.
is
He gets a
like-
doctor, a legit medical doctor, because the way it goes is he,
Right.
he's like lying on the floor playing the hurt, sick old man. So the doctor comes up, starts
Yeah.
doing his shit, and because he's, a doctor, he's not an idiot, and he goes, "Sir, you are half the age you say
You're
you are, and
fine."
you're fine."
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Godfrey, in his
Oh.
stroke of genius,
In
madness,
his immortal wisdom.
in his immortal wisdom, goes, I want to double down. He doubles down on the act. He doesn't go, he goes, oh,
So
my pain.
I was gonna say, so this is the quick thing that you'll learn is that whenever this player was told that something they were doing doesn't work, they would literally just like grit their teeth, buckle in, and just continue to play it up until it did, or until it spiraled out of control. And it almost was spiraled out of control. It
So-
never worked.
So yeah, he doubles down on his like frail old man act, and the medical doctor is having none of his bullshit. So he does like a minor like inflict wounds, like a really basic little spell.
So I do actually want to point out that no, I remember distinctly. It was so I don't want to say you're saying this wrong, but I know it was a cleric because remember how Ephraim was the one who dealt with the whole thing afterwards, and I remember being like, I'm embalming a cleric. And it's
Oh, what did he change it to
and
a cleric? Because I
also-
swear to
and
God, it was a
also-
doctor
no,
at first.
No, it was so okay. So what it was Godfrey goes, I am an old man, I am done. And
Right.
the guy is like, no, you seem fine, we'd still pay up for a room. And Godfrey goes, no, you misunderstand. I have a fatal, terrible, horribly contagious disease. And
Oh
this
my
guy goes, oh shit, well let me get a healer really quick. So he gets a cleric. The cleric comes up and is like, you're deathly ill, you're dying. Let me help you. And Godfrey's like, no, it's horribly contagious. I just want to get into a room and die.
No,
So the cleric's like, if you're horribly contagious, I need to kill you now before you become a plague rat. So he does do inflict wounds. That's why inflict wounds came out, which had a logic behind it.
I swear to God, when Tommy was DMing it, he said it was a doctor who had gotten pissed of Godfrey's shit for messing around and like wasting his time, and then he did the inflict wounds and did the hellish rebuke.
I'm remembering that when the hellish rebuke happens, because he did do the hellish rebuke to the inflict wounds, the reason he jumped to I am a demon devil from hell is because it was a cleric.
Oh, maybe that was it then. I
Because-
suppose that would
because
make
the cleric-
sense.
Because the cleric does inflict wounds, because it's like, I don't want you to be a plague rat. And Godfrey does hellish rebuke on a fucking probably level 1 cleric, mind you.
Yeah, no, but hold on.
And
Welcome in, Hey.
obliterates. Remember how he got obliterated?
Yeah,
So
we're just
so
telling a
Godfrey-
story right now.
so
Hey, I hope you like it.
Godfrey, in front of most of the fucking village, murders their cleric. Outright murders him. And when people are rightfully like, what
Oh
in the
shit!
fuck? He goes, I am a demon from hell. Everyone bow down to me. Now keep in mind, a cleric is dead and he's claiming to be a demon because he didn't want to pay 2 gold for an inn room.
Wait, but didn't he do like a minor illusions or something too to also
Yes.
make him look
Yes.
like one?
He was making so he's pulling up the facade of it. The rest of so I want to add as one note, as he's pulling this demon thing, my character, who I think was very down to earth and sensible, was about to come up and grab him and be like, hey, maybe don't. And I remember the DM looking at me and going, are you sure you want to associate yourself with him? And at that I went, you're right, never mind, I'll just stand back here and watch. So he's saying he's a demon. The fucking town guard come in. And this is Lamornia, so they have guns.
Yeah, they get like
Straight up
basic
guns.
guns, like were they hunting rifles? I want to say
I think they had flintlock pistols or no, they had rifles.
they
had
rifles.
something.
They had like
They had
rifles of some
something.
sort. It was like a
They
long range gun.
Covered with guns, and they're basically saying,
Listen, I don't know Logan.
Okay,
Oh, my character was
okay,
also not
okay.
present at the time. I had walked off to like go eat
So,
ice cream.
hey, you know how this guy continued the game? He was my friend at the beginning. Ended up friends with the DM, and then when my partner who was in the game with me broke up with me, he swooped in and started dating my partner. So my partner and him were dating while playing this game, so of course he wasn't gonna get kicked out of the game. He was dating the other person in the this game was a fucking mess.
It was turned out bad.
Because for half of that fucking game, I had to watch my partner like immediately hop over to someone else immediately after they dated me, saying they were. It was a fucking mess.
We
But
won't get into that
this
part.
This guy was a mess. But yeah, so he's going, I am a demon from hell, and they're basically like, okay, well we're gonna shoot you and or arrest you. So he,
Mhm.
runs, books for it, and the rest of us are like, we just wanted an in room. He's running. He eventually does get caught. And
No, wait, but
to jail.
Dare, you forgot the best part. And well,
Oh wait, he pretended to be a hobo.
no. We got back it up.
Wait, yes?
So we're backing up
Wait,
to the
what?
place. So he's like he's doing the whole bit. He's I can't remember if he was floating or like standing on the desk, but anyway, he was kind of above the crowd a little bit, like, you know, doing his
No,
act.
He was floating.
He was floating.
I forget what magical spell or ability he was using, but
This
was
is D&D,
floating.
hey, yes. But he's so he's
Yes.
floating dramatically, and I remember specifically, like, he's trying to figure a way out of this because the guards came in with the guns, right? And I remember the
Didn't
instant
he miss the step
he
out of the...
no, that's what he did. But he was like,
Yeah, he missed
I
the
remember
step.
the thing of like him talking to the DM. He's like, can I teleport behind the desk? He's like, there's nowhere to hide. Can I Misty step to the back room?
Literally.
What back room?
What
Can
back
I
room? We
Misty
didn't see
step
a
into
back
the
room,
hotel?
but
You
yeah.
can, but you don't know if there's another exit. Can I Misty step
Literally.
up to the ceiling? Yes, but you're gonna fall and break your legs. And then finally he lands on the Misty step out the
I
door.
was gonna say, again, this was the constant DM and Godfrey player constantly arguing over how the fuck he can get himself out of a situation that he purely got himself into. And like, the thing with this game was the DM was good, playing with Nakara here was good, and before the personal drama with my ex, playing with them was fine.
Yeah.
This guy always did something, and then when the whole personal drama thing happened, that got worse. And like, what's really sad is that it was a good game overall, and my character from that game particularly, I miss him so much.
Oh, for
I
real.
miss him so much.
I miss
I will
Rybeth.
never fucking... I miss your character too.
I miss
will
Rybeth. She never got her
forgive-
arc.
I will never forgive those bitches in that campaign for making me not only lose my fucking character from that game, but Nakara's as well. And also, Nakara, we fucking need to talk more about how our characters would have gotten along, because we never fucking got a chance to
put
talk
my
as characters because of those guys.
I put my whole Nicarusi into that character, man.
No,
I
literally.
fucking
And,
loved
like,
her. She was baby.
I miss Ephraim. I miss Rybeth. I do not miss
No, fuck Godfrey.
I don't even miss Mildred.
Mildred
But,
didn't
like,
really
it
do
was-
much. Can't
it
you
was
just start
such a
another game with the
good-
same characters? Well, yes, we could.
Theoretically,
There's
but,
nothing
like,
stopping us.
There's nothing stopping us. Partially, the thing with Ephraim particularly is that he was very linked into that campaign, and he had a lot of lore that happened to that campaign, and it's very hard to disentangle him, but I gotta start working on disentangling him, because, like,
Yeah.
I miss Ephraim.
I
He
think
was such a good boy.
I think that's definitely the hard part of like a campaign ending like early is and stuff like that is, you know, you make this character
in the
for
middle
the
of arcs.
campaign.
Literally, you were in the middle of arcs and lore and story was happening,
Mm-hmm.
and like, and you're sitting there and you're like, theoretically, I can take this character and plop them somewhere else, but like, do I just start over at the beginning of their story? Do I just like yeet them and like it's
He's immortal.
I
What the
would-
fuck?
I would love to take Ephraim and stick him somewhere else because he was a really good character and unironically very good for exploring like post breakup because he was very much about that, weirdly enough.
It was
um,
yeah, but like before the whole thing, like it,
Oh,
you predicted the
so
future,
good.
my dude.
That's the fucking funny thing is I made Ephraim before anything bad personally happened, and yet he somehow was like the perfect fucking character to go through all of that because it literally one-to-one happened to me a few months later. Again, I've told you this before, and I've never said this online, so this is definitely the first time chat's hearing this, but I swear to God I have a second sense, and I can tell when bad things are about to happen. Sometimes I get a sense of what they are, and sometimes I don't, but I just get a vibe, but like, I swear, I have a second sense of some sort, because I've predicted the future way too fucking much.
It's fucking crazy. But definitely like
yeah.
D&D
Yeah.
lore complex. It's hard to
But no,
hard to
like,
disentangle characters.
I have a lot of characters, and I use them for a lot of different things. Ephraim was actually one of the few characters who really got... Well, I actually haven't played D&D all that much. I've played it a few times. My first character, I can definitely remove him from the game, because I feel
Was
like...
it Andrej?
Well...
Or
No, see, okay, see, that was Koanok. But then
Oh,
again, I
yeah,
can't really remove
Koanok!
him from the game. No, my D&D characters get way too entangled in the D&D lore that gets made in the campaign, and I still have the characters and I still like them, and I definitely want to do something with them, but I have to work on, like... And Koanok was actually one that the Godfrey player DM'd for.
yeah.
You know,
I remember
funny
you
enough.
telling me all about that.
No, Koanok was a good character. I miss Koanok, miss Ephraim. Andrej is just living his best life, especially how his campaign ended. He's just living his best life with your character. They just went and traveled together, and that's canon.
That is canon. That is canon. They're
canon.
platonic homies.
They're platonic homeboys, and they're just traveling together. And nothing can stop
Exactly.
them.
You know, I don't like this for.
Yeah. No, I have some characters. I have some characters that are very loose, and I can put them in any AU and do anything I want with, and I have some characters that they were made expressly for something,
Mhm.
and they are very tied to it. So, like, for example, my character Victor, I made him in high school, and he's basically just became my AU monkey, where if I want to make an AU, Victor's the AU. Like, I can slap him in anything and he works, and he's not tied to anything at this point. But, like, my D&D characters, like, I almost always really make them for the game, and I also expressly, like, I will make lore for them, but I'll leave enough of the lore open that the DM can do something with it. And then what almost always happens is the DM does something cool with it, and then it's very tied to that game. So my D&D characters, I love them and I miss them, but they were very much made for their campaigns, and I still have them, but I don't really know what else I can do with them other than just love them. I can probably write some stuff for them, for sure.
Definitely like Rybith, and like if I want to do like Vera, I like Rybith could be taken to another campaign because like technically she is from the Forgotten Realm, or not the the Forgotten Realms, so she like would work in that setting. But like there was just something so cool about the fact that she was like isekai'd into this world.
So I actually want to say, so I'm seeing what Logan's saying. I don't want to say this in a way that's going to make it sound like I'm like attacking your comment, but like it's not a need to justify lore. What it is, at least to me, is so for example, I'll use Ephraim. So when Ephraim started the game, he was a very jumpy, shy, scared character who actually was a College of Spirits bard who was afraid of ghosts. Funny.
Oh, the irony.
He was so good. But as the story progressed, the beats that the DM put him through changed his personality a lot.
Oh,
like, towards the end, he was a lot more forthright and able to speak his mind, and he was a lot less jumpy and scared. And the problem is that if I take him and I rip him out of that D&D setting, his personality changed so much that I can't see, like, I can't just go, none of that happened, but he still acts how he did at the end. Because if I were to take everything that happened in that D&D campaign out, he would go back to being the jumpy, scared Ephraim who never spoke his mind. And that's not what he is anymore, at least not in my head. He's the Ephraim that went through all of that shit, but at the same time, the stuff that happened in the D&D campaign is what made him like that, and theoretically, if I took him out of the D&D campaign, I could make my own story that makes him go through similar changes, for sure. But it's not really a need to justify the lore, it's that, like... And this is very much a weird thing for me. My characters are living people in my head. Like, I don't have any mental illness about this, but legitimately I have, like, a space in my head where my characters live. They interact and they talk with me, and I use them to get through my own my mental illnesses and my stresses and stuff. And they're very much a coping thing, but they're very much alive. And, like, Ephraim is who he is, and he went through what he went through, and I feel like I can't rip it away from him because it's, like, a part of him, and he feels like a person. It's very much, like, distinct and weird in how I think about it. It's very distinct. So I know that is not the case for everyone, and I will not judge anyone else for how they handle or do their characters, because characters are very personal. You know? But no, my characters are very alive, so when they become a certain thing, I can't take that away from them, especially whatever made them like that.
Yeah, like, I honestly couldn't imagine, like, Rybith being any different, especially because, like, a lot of, like, what with Rybith's character, because she came into this world and she would, like, she had put on a front, because, like, she had become isekai'd into this world she had no idea about, so she was trying to put on the front that she's, like, this, you know, big, scary, badass pirate, which she was, to be fair. She, in the other world...
using that to hide your fear about where you were and what was happening. Yeah.
Because, like, when she had, you know, come into this world, she was alone. She had just gone through a traumatic event. Her ship had died. Most of her crew had died. And now she was in this world she has no idea about. So she was trying to keep up her big, scary, you know, pirate lady act from the previous world to not show just how afraid she was. And, like, through the events of this campaign, she learned that she had to rely on other people in order to help her get through, and especially to get back home.
Yeah.
Because that's what was, like, her big character arcs.
Yeah. No, yeah, and I really wanted to see, like, more of your arc and shit. And I know that, like, for Ephraim, his big point were the idea of mourning and loneliness, and the idea of feeling like you're the only one left in a family or not having love, and getting used to that idea. And as the course of the campaign went on, he was processing his grief, and he was also getting used to the idea of not needing someone loving you, but at the same time, like, accepting new love in a weird way. And he grew a lot, and not only did he grow a lot, but those were things that I was grappling with. So, like, I definitely don't want to take those away from Ephraim, because he got me through a really rough time in my life where I was dealing with exactly that. So it's like, I really don't want to take that away from him, because that's how I got through that point in my life.
Yeah, I remember we had these, like, the talks about, like, how, like, Ephraim was kind of, like, in a way, like, you were using him to, like, process your own emotions at the time.
Oh, I definitely fucking was. Like, like I was saying, I use my characters to process a lot, like, to the point where, for chat who doesn't know this, I go to counseling very frequently. I'm a very mentally responsible, emotionally responsible individual. I go to counseling a lot. And my counselor practices Gestalt therapy, which is the idea that there's different parts of you with different needs and different wants that sometimes conflict and all that. So I use my characters to represent those different parts of me, and also to help me take care of those different parts of me. So my characters are actual tools that I use in therapy.
It's the only character I've written with an arc. Damn. I actually, like,
God,
at least for
I
me,
feel
I
that.
didn't write any characters with an arc. Like, most of, like, Rybeth had some basic backstory when I handed her off to our DM. But for the most
Yeah.
part, like, most of what she had was, I was basically like, spice it up, she's been isekai, do whatever you want with it. And, like, because I was really excited about the fucking, like, dragon necklace we got from killing the Shadow
literally.
Dragon.
Yeah, I make almost all of my characters with arc potential, and it's almost never purposeful. Almost always what happens is I have a character idea in my head, and then this is how I always write characters. I have a character idea in my head of how they act and who they are, and then I step back and I go, okay, what makes them the way they are? And then to do that, I set up the backstory that makes them how they are and how they act. But inevitably, in doing that, I end up making, like, issues and problems that they've gone through that they need to process as human beings. So I always give them things that DMs can work with, but it's almost never on purpose. Like, for example, Nikara, the campaign that you ran, I know that we kind of, like, hiatused it, like, right as we were getting to, like, the arc that probably could have worked for Dietrich, but I made a character named Dietrich, and his whole thing was that he saw grave injustice when he was young that was only able to happen because someone lied, and what he learned from that was, if I want to get ahead and I want what I want to happen, I need to lie. So he essentially learned that lying was the only way to get what you want in the world. So he, of course, became a rogue. I mean, what else would he be? But his whole thing was just lying and never being truthful and always hiding who he really was or how he felt. And his ass was about to get exposed, because he was one of those rogues who had a fake name and everything. Like, if you met him, you didn't know who he really was. You got the fake name. And the party had the fake name, and they finally found a wanted
one of
poster
the fake
with his
names.
real name. One of the fake names. They finally found a wanted poster with his real fucking name on it, and he's
Could be
just
a
there
bard.
like, I don't know who this Bastion bitch is. I don't know who that bitch is. Let's ignore this and go the opposite way from Baldur's Gate. I'm never going back there.
Yeah, because, like, I don't remember if I had told you about this when we hiatus this campaign, because part of the reason why I hiatus was because, like, health was not great, both mental and physical.
No, yeah.
It was a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. Like,
No, I know you don't blame me. I'm just giving the chat context as to why, like, this campaign went. I don't want to say belly up, but, like, ended hiatus, whatever you wish to call it.
the way that the reason I put it as hiatus is we could always go back to it. It's still there.
Yeah, it is
It's
still
just
there.
a question of, well, I mean, that's the funny thing, because the campaign with Godfrey in it, that DM told me, I hope someday we can come back and play this campaign. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there looking at my ex and their brand new partner who they got like a month or two after breaking up with me, who are in that campaign, and I'm like, I really don't think so.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm glad you're positive about this, because I'm not.
Exactly.
fun. Meanwhile, your campaign, Nakara, has no reason it can't come back. All the people left on amicable terms. I assume you still have the module and the notes you had. Like,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah,
kind
of
of
course
just
I
a
do.
question of if we wanted to. And I mean, to be honest, the more that I'm DMing the campaign that I'm DMing for you, the more I see why DMs go on hiatus.
It is, yeah,
It's
it is a
hard.
fucking hard time, especially,
It's
like,
hard.
if you don't have, like, infinite time and resources to do these
Literally.
things, because it is a lot, like, if you
And
plan
not
on
only
DMing, it's a
that,
lot of fucking energy.
Not only that, but I think I'm learning it is far more fun to just play a PC than to DM. I can see why no one wants to DM. Or at the very least, like, I miss playing a PC character because I've been DMing the campaign that I'm running for you and the others, and I'm in a Pokemon tabletop role playing game, which is fantastic. But it's not quite D&D, you know.
Yeah.
And I miss D&D, and I want to play a player character in D&D. Particularly because, like I said, all of my D&D characters I've made, I've adored them. They're all so good. I love them all so much. And, like, even though a lot of them, all of them, are from campaigns that have ended right now, I love them all, and they still hold a place in my heart. And also, I want to make a new fucking character because I'm getting into archery, and I really want to fucking make an archer character now that I know more about
A
archery.
ranger?
I unironically want to make a ranger only because I'm getting really into real life doing archery. Like, I'm gonna take lessons and shit. And I really want to write an archer character now that I know more about archery. That's purely it. I'm just like, I want to make an archer.
I would only want to co-DM just so I can voice all the NPCs.
Hey,
You know what? That's valid.
I was gonna say that's valid because, to be honest, as a DM, I struggle to voice all the different NPCs and make them sound different, especially because my campaign is set in like fantasy Britain, so they all just have British fucking accents.
Yes, but there's various types of British accents. Dare.
Listen,
I'm being
I know, and I've been
snooty.
employing that. Okay, but it's hard. For, like,
I know. I'm
the
just
fucking
yanking your
British nobleman
chain.
to sound different.
I'm just being an
No.
asshole. I'm yanking your
I know.
chain. Love you, sweetie.
So British. So
You're British.
My campaign that Nakara is currently in is set in a fantasy alternate history Britain. Forbidden Lands. Where imagine the Industrial Revolution, but instead of them like finding electricity and steam and all that, they found magic and used that to industrialize. So it's also a critique of religion and monarchies, and it's very socio-politically heavy, but it does have combat, but it is very roleplay.
Poor
it's a
Semna
wild-
and her mental breakdown.
It's a wild fucking campaign. It is.
I love it to death.
I'm glad you love it because
it is well crafted.
It's my baby, but it's also so hard to do. I'm glad you appreciate it.
Oh fuck yeah! I've talked endlessly about this campaign when we were like playing it.
Yeah.
I will like come back to chat on like days, like streams after we've done the campaign. I'm like, so chat, here's the update.
I'm glad you like my campaign.
The saga of Semna's breakdown continues.
Oh, Semna. I still have more things tucked away that you haven't touched on as Semna.
Oh no, are you gonna bring her into her family trauma?
Well, like I keep telling you, your parents are in London. You just have to go and find them. You know where your home is. You just haven't visited them.
I know where my home
there.
is, but you're also like putting a lot of weight on Semna's shoulders to be like, I have to face the family whom I essentially abandoned.
Well, yeah, you
and
do.
also like did majorly fucked shit to them, because like for chat, anybody who is new, who has never heard this story before. So Semna here, she is a leonine, because I'm a fucking furry. And her big shtick is like, because of course, propaganda and whatnot. She did go to a decent school when she was a kid.
Long live the queen.
Long live the queen, long live the king, yada yada, blah blah blah. She learned that, monarchy good. Wait, I am?
Wait,
oh fuck. Oh shit. They found out. Who would have fucking guessed?
I didn't know. Yeah.
But anyway, she went to what would be seen as like a good school, more or less. And of course, at these schools they teach you monarchy good, follow the king, queen, whatever. So
however, your family were refugees from
getting to it.
recently colonized. Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting into it. So my family comes from essentially like fantasy India. So, because they are Indian lions, which
Yep. Fantasy India.
look fucking funny to be
and
fair.
as chat would know, real life Britain and India don't exactly have great relations.
Mm-hmm.
At least not historically.
Exactly. So, for reasons which I don't know if we've discussed before, but anyway, for reasons, her parents moved over to Stoll for, I don't know, better life or something. And, you know, she went to school, she learned the propaganda of Queen Good, you know, long live Stoll, best country on earth. And,
Fantasy Britain.
like, part of her upbringing and what they teach you in the schools here is essentially that, like, you know, if anybody's saying bad things about the monarchy, report it to
You
your
need to
local
tell the
police.
guards.
Yeah, tell the guards.
Tell the guards.
Because, you know, that's what a good, proper English citizen would do.
That's what a good patriot does.
That's what I am a good little patriot. So
You're a
for
good patriot, aren't you? Yeah.
so like at first when like she was getting raised, like her parents would, obviously being refugees from a country that was colonized, talk shit about the monarchy.
They talk shit about the country, and then this little child is like, "School told me to tattle on my parents."
Yeah, so just like that, she would hear the shit talking at home and go up to the local guards because she didn't fear them, and she'd be like, "Mommy and Daddy are saying the Queen sucks."
So chat. So the way I told Nakara this word for word was, as far as you know, as a child, all you were told was Mommy and Daddy went on frequent vacations, backed up by the Queen and the royal ministry. That's all you know, is they went on frequent vacations, quote unquote, whenever you told the guard this.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
And then they come home and they would just be so, you know, the Queen is great.
I
for
love
a
the
while.
Queenie. She's so good. And like she didn't notice it growing up, but essentially, like, yeah, there was a lot of tension in the household because like they couldn't trust their daughter anymore.
They're like, our daughter is like a fucking
She's
Alexa in our home, listening.
She's a
to
military
everything
spy at this point. And
You were like the Amazon wiretap.
for real. And yeah, eventually, like, because she was, you know, a good little patriot, she grew
became
up
a guard.
and joined the army.
Royal guard.
And yeah, clawed her
Captain.
way, ha ha ha, cat pun very intended, clawed her way up to the royal captain of Royal Guard. Well, one of them
Yes.
anyway, one of several.
Despite the many microaggressions you faced as a minority.
Oh yeah,
Because the kingdom is very racist.
fantasy England racism,
Fantasy
we
England.
love it. But yeah,
Yeah.
so she got up there and then, you know, met our party of chuckle fucks.
Met the party.
I love them.
the party.
I love our party. So we have Nikolai. He is he is a sorcerer, right? We have two sorcerers,
He's a
fight
warlock.
warlock.
No, Nikolai's a warlock. Remember his
Is-
zombie mommy?
Oh my god. Mommy
Yeah, so
mommy
we
darkness.
We have a warlock who is a warlock of the one goddess of all that is evil and dark and vile. She's the only god whose worship is banned, and he's a warlock of her, so he is very anti-monarchy for quite a few reasons, one of which is, you know, he's a warlock who's banned technically. We have a sorcerer who was put to work in the magic factories all their life, so they're also very anti-country. And then we had a knight who serviced under one of the royal houses, and he was very pro-country, and he still is, but he's gone through some interesting character changes as he's discovered some of the lore.
And then I also was very pro-country.
And you were very pro-country until your recent breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely still very conflicted because, like, she still
Yeah.
sees her brothers at arms every now and then, and, like, you know, that was her
Yeah.
life for a very long time, and it's hard to just turn her back on it.
Y'all still haven't met the queen. I mean, she might actually be pretty great. You don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, we don't know for sure, but we'll find out.
You haven't met Queen Louise. You haven't put her through the tests. Maybe she's legitimate. You don't know.
Yeah, that's something we'll have to find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball
y'all are
Z.
taking Lucius for his word quite a bit.
Yeah, see, that's why Semna was so fucking, like, hesitant to be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't just follow this guy we met in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Listen, the funny thing about Lucian is theoretically he's a very shady individual, and yet almost everyone fell in love with him immediately, and I find that really funny.
I think,
Like,
yeah,
I mean, I'm glad you all love Lucian so much, but
I find it hilarious because, like, Semna was, like, one of the only people who was like, maybe
one of
we
the
should
only
be
people who-
skeptical
yeah.
of him, and everybody literally
Yeah.
attacked her for 10 minutes!
it was very.
It was
Well,
so
I mean, keep in
wild!
mind, you did unironically rat them out once.
I did unironically rat them out
So
once,
that's
so...
why they were so hesitant. But yeah, I've quickly learned the DM thing where like you make an NPC and you're like, this NPC is integral to the plot. They should be taken very serious. You know, they're like the hinge pin of this plot. Like this character is extremely important, so the players need to like really think they're interesting and cool. But then not only do they all fall in love, they adopt and baby the NPC.
He has
and start
become like the
coming up
little
with funny
scrunkle of
little-
the group.
I was gonna say they come up with funny little headcanons and like relate to him way too much, and they're all like, "Oh, we all love Lucian, he baby," and I'm sitting there like, "You're gonna fight a civil war for Lucian at this rate. Are you sure about that?" And they're like, "Yes." I'm like, "Okay, I'm glad you like Lucian, but."
The shady ones are always the favorite.
Yeah, I've noticed that. For particular, y'all latch on to Ellis hard.
Oh my god, it's a Kami! Welcome in! Welcome in! Oh, I love
Hello.
the spins. I love the little baby
But
spins.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
I do like DMing the campaign. It is fun. Oh, we are gonna get back into it now that work is over.
Fuck yeah.
It's not this week, but it'll probably be next week. But yeah, we're gonna get back into that campaign. I really want to play in a campaign again, and I need to find.
I had an opposite
I had
one
an
in
opposite.
Oh.
A one-off character. No, we also have similar shit like
Mhm.
that in this campaign.
Lurk.
Um,
Oh, fuck. Tits is doing the thing.
I'm trying to.
My titties, no.
So yeah, but no, I do like DMing. I just miss playing in a campaign as
Yeah.
well, and I also think I miss like making player characters because there's something where like you get to really go in depth with player characters, but when you're the DM and you're making like 5 NPCs for one session, you can't go in depth.
Yeah. Or like the worst part, like you're making like several NPCs for a campaign, and then like you make one NPC who you don't intend to have any backstory to, and everybody goes, "I love him. He's so good."
That has happened so many times in this campaign, Nikara.
I
Do you
am-
remember the fucking nobleman that you adopted at the wedding, Georgie?
Yeah. I'm
It's
so
so
sorry.
sad.
I love him.
Georgie wasn't fucking planned. He just popped in and you went, "I like this one," and I'm like, I guess he's a character now.
Listen, he's Semna's little baby.
I'm glad you like Georgie, but Georgie wasn't intended.
I'm so sorry. I hope like if we don't need to bring Georgie back if like after
No,
this.
if you want to bring Georgie back, you can bring him back.
Semna might unironically adopt Georgie as like her son.
Somna's like, Georgie is my son, unironically, and meanwhile the whole house of Tamelo is like, he's not an orphan?
Semna is literally over here like, I have only known Georgie for 10 minutes, but if anything happened to him, I would kill everyone in this wedding and then myself.
And then myself, yeah.
Captain Dash, my beloved.
No, I do like DMing the campaign for you guys. You guys are interesting to
We're
DM for.
Funky little scrunkles.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna say fun. We're interesting to DM for.
We're scrunkly little beans, it's fine.
You guys have definitely been a real challenge for a first-time DM. I'm gonna admit that.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's not you particularly. Who's
No,
the
no.
problem.
I'm just saying, I'm so sorry. Oh, my
I'm
nose,
really
so
glad
sorry.
that I'm playing the Pokemon tabletop game because the DM who's doing the Pokemon tabletop game is doing a great job and putting a lot of like intrigue in, so that my character in the Pokemon game, I'm fascinated by him. He's going through a lot right now, and not only is he going through a lot right now, but he's a literal 16-year-old runaway kid. So like he's got a lot on his mind right now.
Hey, Dare, I had
and-
an idea.
Yes.
So, you know how, like, we're both over here like, man, DMing hard, like, to do by
Yeah.
yourself. What if,
Yeah. Yeah.
not by yourself, what
Mhm.
if you write story good? I not write
thank you.
story good. I do combat.
I not write story. Well, why do you
Me
think that's what
English-
the show is?
Me English no good. Me go unga bunga bonk.
Well, I do like to write, indeed. Yes.
So what if, perhaps, at one
Mhm.
juncture in
At one
time,
juncture, we co-DM.
we co-DM?
I wouldn't mind it if you wanted to do combat and I could do like story and shit. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Suck at story.
Um,
I'm a player. This has been decided by the High Lords of me.
I mean, I would like to do that too, bitch. I want to play, but like, I don't know anyone who's running any campaigns right now. But like, I wanna, cause like I said, like I'm DMing the campaign for you guys, and I'm playing the Pokemon game. Those are the only ones I'm doing right now. I really want to play a D&D game. Like, I want to be a player character in a D&D game. I really want to. I just can't find it. I am gonna be playing a GURPS game soon.
Oh, what the fuck?
So GURPS.
Explain it.
I think it stands for General Universal Role Playing System. I think. So GURPS is basically like. Fun fact. Fallout. The Fallout games were based off of the GURPS system. Actually.
Really?
So Fallout actually came from GURPS. GURPS does stand for Generalized Universal Role-Playing System, and GURPS is like, imagine that you wanted to make a role-playing system in which you could play any setting imaginable in, and imagine how bloated and bureaucratic the rulebook for that would be, considering you need rules and things for every contingency.
Oh god.
That's GURPS.
Hiya.
It's insane and wild, and to be honest, I probably would not play it if it was not like a very close friend of mine who, 1, is running it, 2, has a very good idea for a story, and helped me make the character, because making the character is the extremely hard part of GURPS. Actually playing it isn't too hard from what I have heard / experienced so far, but we haven't played the game yet, but I made the character. It's Sunny, the character that I made who has DID. That I got peer reviewed. So for chat, I wanted to make a character that had DID because I've been hearing a lot about it, and I found it interesting how much misinformation gets spread about it quite a lot, and stereotypes get spread about it quite a lot. And I wanted to look more into like realistic, holistic depictions of it. So I read the actual straight up DSM-5, like the actual like mental health handbook written by professionals. I did a lot of research, and I even talked to a friend of mine who has DID and ran the character by him. I got him peer reviewed. He got the stamp of approval. He's considered a good character and a good representation. I worked hard on that fucking character, but I've made him. He's ready. And the campaign is gonna start soon, and I'll get to play him soon. Hopefully. I'm waiting on the DM to actually, like, run the first session. But I'm excited, because I have made the character, and I have made one alter. So there's him and the other alter.
You know, I think, speaking of this, like, and, like, running campaigns and stuff, there is a campaign setting I would love to try and, like, one day turn into either, like, maybe look into GURPS or try and put into D&D. And that is Armello, because I fucking love Armello. And I love
if you need help looking into GURPS, the guy who plays Shaw in our campaign, he can help you with that. He's the one who's running the GURPS campaign.
You mean Kleb?
Yeah, and he knows a lot about GURPS because he's played it before.
Cause like
so he can help you with that.
I don't remember if you like know what Armello is about, like story wise.
I do not.
Okay, so it does have like its own lore to go with it, and I would probably base the campaign off of like the current story. But essentially like the board game goes like this. At the very basics, there is a king. He is the current ruler of this land, and there are several animal clans based on like, well, the base pack is mostly based on animals, but then you get like the bandit clan, which is just a mishmash of animals. But anyway, something happens to the king, and he is infected with this like horrible corrupting disease known as rot. And once the clans find, you mean root? No, I don't think it's like the root I'm talking about. No, unless you call it root. But he gets infected and is like going mad, essentially, like ruining the kingdom. So all the clans decide that like this king has to go and somebody needs to replace him.
Okay.
And like in terms of gameplay, there are technically 4 ways to kill the king. There is just to straight up break into his castle and kill him.
Yeah, makes sense.
There is to become even more corrupted than the king and then kill him and basically become the new corrupt ruler. There is like Spirit Walker, where there are various stone circles around the world, and you can go and hopefully collect a spirit stone when they spawn, and collect 4, bring them to him, cleanse him. He still dies, but I don't know. You cleanse him, you become king, or he dies of natural causes, and the person who has the most prestige throughout the land becomes the new ruler. So, like, it would be interesting to turn to the campaign, because, like, there's even short little novellas, too, with lore. Like, there's a whole 2-part series with lore about the king, and I've read it before. I'd probably need to reread it if I were to, you know, turn this into a setting or something, but...
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it has potential. Especially since it's already comes with pre-written lore.
See, I'm the type who, like, I way prefer making my own lore over adapting something else, but that's because I'm a writer.
That's fair. Like, like I said, my writing, not good. At least I don't think it very good, so I tend to, like, look into, potentially adapting. Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. No, the reason I really like writing stuff is just... I like making the campaigns that I would like to play. Like, the campaign that I'm running for you guys is very much, like, my ideal kind of campaign.
Totally fair.
Yeah. But what sucks is that, like, I'm running a campaign I would like to play for other players who do not play like I do. So then I get feedback that's like, I would like more combat, I would like this or that, blah blah blah, and then I'm sitting there like,
It's me, I would like more combat.
I am not playing the campaign. I have to adjust it.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with starting out with, like, a base of a campaign that you would want to play.
No, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's very much, the campaign that I'm running for you guys has very much evolved and changed to fit more of what you guys like and want, and I've very much, and I'm still having fun running it for sure. But some days, man, being a DM just...
Yeah, we're a little handful sometimes. Me having an armada of homebrewed enemies with no lore.
You guys are so much.
I'm so fucking sorry, dude.
No, it's okay.
We're a lot.
I like my Pokemon game. I like the game I'm running for you. I'm really excited for the GURPS game, but I really want to play a D&D game again. I miss it. So if anyone's running a D&D game and needs a player, hit me up.
Ayo. Definitely. I would like. Oh man. Because I've wanted to adapt. I remember, like, having this conversation, but, like, for a completely different setting beforehand.
Yeah.
With somebody else. And, like, because I was trying to originally put into D&D, like, before, like, I didn't know about GURPS. Because I don't remember if I told you about Flight Rising.
I know that, like, with D&D, what a lot of people complain about is that a lot of people tend to take D&D and then take things that really aren't suited for D&D and try and retrofit D&D around it.
Yeah.
Even though, like, there are a lot of other systems that would be better for that. I never yell at people for that because learning role-playing systems are hard. So I don't blame them for sticking with D&D. But yeah, GURPS is kind of the system that's more built for that. Where GURPS is insane. GURPS is... Can I go on a mini rant about GURPS?
Sure, I don't see why not.
So, for those of you here who have never made a character in GURPS, I want to summarize the experience of it, where at some point, someone legitimately made a computer program that builds the sheet for you.
Oh,
because
God.
It's that hard. It's essentially a beefed up spreadsheet, but it does it for you because it's that hard, and I had to use that. So the way GURPS works is your DM, it gives you a set amount of points that you can use to buy things. You do have attributes similar to D&D that you can spend points on, but you can also spend points on advantages and disadvantages. Now, the way that works is advantages are things that are good for your character and cost points, some of which include being attractive, having a loud voice so you can talk over people, being really good with guns or being double-jointed. Disadvantages are things that actually give you points because they get in the way of your character. So, like, you know how with D&D there's no built-in way to give your character flaws, so you usually just have to give them yourself and roleplay them? GURPS has a hand-built, built-in way to give your character flaws that affect gameplay.
Oh, goodness.
Um,
Do tell, I'm curious now.
and it gives you more points to spend. So, for example, you could take a disadvantage that's literally like, I can make my character an alcoholic, and it'll give me more points to spend. Like, legitimately.
Bruh.
And then it gives you rules to play as an alcoholic. Now, the thing is, they have made a disadvantage or an advantage for almost any fucking thing you can think of. Chronic depression, that's a disadvantage in the GURPS handbook.
Jesus.
I can give my character chronic depression, and it has just legitimate gameplay mechanics. For an example, when I was making my character with DID, his name is Sunny for future reference, and his alter's name is Mal, or Mal. When I was making Sunny, I was talking with the DM, and I was like, there's no way that they have a built-in DID system, so let's see what the closest is, and we'll just, like, retrofit it. And my DM goes, give me 1 second, and he flips through the PDF, and he goes, no, there's a built-in DID system here.
Jeez. Granted,
the handbook is really old and it's dated, so it's called split personality disorder. It's not called DID. But it's DID. There's a system in the game to give your character DID. It's very dated and a little stereotypical, so you can like retrofit it to make it a bit more modern and, you know, not horribly stereotypical. But it's there. It's there. Oh boy.
Damn.
So making this character was fascinating because the way the DID system works in GURPS is you get what's called the DID package, and the way it works is each personality has a certain amount of points you can assign. So each personality can have a certain amount of benefits and disadvantages to each of them. And they can't be physical things, they can only be mental things, which again is a dated understanding of DID. But for example, like, Sunny has a fear of being alone, which is a disadvantage. So that like gives him a certain amount of points, and however much the fear of being alone is worth, Mal had to have a disadvantage that was worth the same. So Mal got something like that, which is fascinating. It's again, GURPS is one of the best systems for complex character building, but it is hard to do.
Yes,
The sheet in and of itself is nigh incomprehensible unless you know what you're looking at. And then the really funny thing, so again, I really researched DID, and I found that something that was very common was that oftentimes people with DID also have seizures. Non-epileptic seizures are very comorbid with DID. So again, I was trying to make this character be more of a realistic interpretation of what people with DID go through, so I didn't want to shy away from some of the facts like that. So I looked. GURPS has a system for seizures.
Jeez, man.
And the way it works, the way the seizure system works is, so the way the disadvantages in general work is you can take disadvantages of varying degrees, where, like, for example, oh god, I have to explain something. So the way GURPS works is checks are, you have to roll a certain amount of d6s, and the check is kind of based on, like, what your ability is, and if you roll higher than the ability, you don't do it, but if you roll below or matching the ability, you do. Okay. So, like, the higher of an ability you have, the more of a chance you have, you know, so the way the disadvantages work is they'll say, like, you can, so basically the way it works is the disadvantages will ask, do you think you can resist this? Almost always, most of the time, sometimes, almost never, and then that's what sets up the check. For sake of ease, I made the seizure I can almost always, you know, avoid seizure. And the way it works is anytime at DM discretion that you come to a stressful situation, any of your disadvantages that say at a stressful situation roll a check, you have to roll them. So for example, for Sunny, because he has DID and the non-epileptic seizures. Whenever he has a stressful situation, he has to roll a check to not switch to Mal, and he has to roll a check to not have a seizure.
Lord. Jesus.
And the funny thing is, Sonny is a very, like, bendy character. He kind of likes to do acrobatics, and he actually wanted to join the circus at some point. He's a fascinating character. But because of that, he's very good at climbing trees, but he's not very good at fighting. So I kept telling Caleb, oh, whenever, like, a fight comes up, Sonny's just gonna climb a tree and he'll be safe. And then Caleb's like, I cannot wait for the first time you go to climb a tree and then roll and have a seizure and fall out of the tree.
Oh, good lord.
And I'm sitting there like, wait, you're right, that's probably what would happen. Fuck. So Sonny's a very fascinating character, and the only thing that allowed for Sonny to be such a fascinating character was GURPS being fucking weird. I'm gonna pull up his sheet, and I'm gonna read all his disadvantages. Hold on.
Good lord.
Where is his fucking sheet? Where is Sonny's sheet? Come here, Sonny.
Come here, son. I don't know what
Sonny,
I'm hearing about, like, come here, Sonny.
Come here, Sonny, my beloved. Open with... Yeah, open with... No, come on. Where's the fucking computer? There's the fucking
Because, like,
computer.
definitely, like, I would probably have to look into that system, because, like,
GURPS is so...
fucking Armello has, like, specific types of stats in the game that I wonder, like, how it would translate to, like, a tabletop setting like this, because basically, like, it is a tabletop game, but it's not a tabletop role-playing game, per se.
I have opened Sonny's sheet. Would you like a fun tour of Sonny's sheet?
Sure.
So, here's one of his disadvantages, as I said. I'll read it word for word. So, one of his disadvantages, as I said, was non-epileptic seizures. The CR is 15, which means he resists it almost all the time. Make a HT roll whenever you are in a stressful situation, especially if your life or the life of a friend is threatened. If you have any sort of phobia, exposure to the object of your fear counts as a stressful situation. Oh, every time he's alone. Oh, I just realized every time he's alone, he's gonna have a chance for a seizure. God fucking damn it.
I'm so sorry.
Hold on, I'm still good. I had to take my glasses off for a second. Roll versus HT once every 10 minutes. On a failure, you suffer a seizure that lasts 1 minute and costs you 1 FP. Oh, 1 dice! 1 D6 minute and costs you 1 DX FP. You can do nothing during that time. That gave me 15 points to spend. His split personality, or DID package, is a total of negative 22 points, and he resists that fairly often. That's a CR9. Oh, right! One of his disadvantages is social stigma, being a part of a minority group.
Oh god, wait, that's a thing?
That's the thing. You are a member of a minority that the dominant culture around you regards as barbarians or inferior.
Oh, good lord.
So for chat, just so you know, his setting is like an alternate universe World War II communist Russia, but he's an Italian who's being sent to like a not very fun time in Russia. So that's why he has social stigma minority, basically. Another disadvantage he has is skinny. He's so skinny that it affects his strength, and therefore it gives him plus 5 points to spend. One of his advantages is pitiable, where he's just so pitiable that people look at him and want to treat him better because he's that pity. I spent points on pitiable.
You made him more pitiable.
He's pitiable. One of his advantages that I bought is perfect balance. He has perfect balance. Like I said, he wanted to be an acrobat. Fun fact for everyone, he was also a kindergarten teacher. So one of his advantages is penetrating voice. He's really good at yelling over loud kids, so that's where that comes from. Okay, the more I go through his sheet, the more I remember how fucked up of a character he is. So again, for chat, part of his lore, his backstory, is that he got sent to insane asylums in Russia as a political prisoner, which is part of where a lot of his mental illness comes from. So fun fact, he speaks Russian but cannot read it. He speaks and writes Italian, and he speaks and writes German because he lived in Austria. He's double jointed. He's charitable, But fun fact, charitable is something that you actually have to roll to resist. Make a self-control roll in any situation where you could render aid or specifically ask for help but should resist the urge. So if someone asks Sunny for help and I don't want him to help, I have to roll a self-control roll.
Damn, this really is complex. Holy shit.
It's funny. Mal, the altar, has a bad temper. He can be a bit of a bully and a little callous sometimes. Sunny has a fear of being alone. He has autophobia. Right, because of the DID, he has amnesia. He's ambidextrous, so that's fun.
There you go.
His skills are acrobatics, climbing, diplomacy, first aid, fishing. He can juggle, housekeeping, jumping, professional skill, childcare, because he worked with kindergartners, psychology, because he was in a psych ward, teaching, throwing, and swimming. What else on here is funny? Oh yeah, he was raised Roman Catholic, and that's actually something that you put in the sheet.
Oh my god.
He is non-binary. He's 24. I did make him 6'5".
That's a fucking tall lad. Holy shit.
He's really tall and really thin, so like literally imagine him. Well, because also he was kind of starved when he was in the mental institutions because they don't feed you well in old asylums.
Yeah.
So he's very tall and very thin. It kind of sounds like Pain the character. Yeah, Sunny is very much a character that I trauma dumped on quite a lot. Again, if y'all ever want to hear his full backstory, it is sad. It is sad, his backstory. He is Pain the character, and he's definitely going to be Pain to play, because he's constantly going to be going through, like, DID switches and seizures.
Oh boy.
My poor son. Okay, you want to hear how many points worth of disadvantages this child has?
How many?
So him and Mal together, he has 15 unspent points. He has 119 points in total that have been spent. He has 47 points worth of advantages. He has 97 points worth of disadvantages.
Jeez. Poor boy.
And he has 16 points worth of skills. His actual name is Aurelio Speranza. He's Italian. He's actually Sicilian. Roll to resist giving me all of your Yeah, Sunny would have to do that, unironically. Like, if someone was like, Sunny, I'm really in trouble. I could really use your money. Sunny would legitimately have to roll self-control to not give them his money. Legitimately. And the problem is, knowing my luck, I will fail, and I will have to give them the money.
Literally, somebody just walks up and goes, Sunny, like feigns like a like something, and goes like, Sunny, I'm in like a really bad spot. Please give me everything you own.
Also, fun fact: this campaign was literally founded around the idea of we can and probably will literally starve to death. There are starving mechanics in this campaign.
Woo!
So this character is fucked. He's probably dying.
Oh, poor
But
Sunny.
again, that's why Mal is there, because the altar purely formed to be a protector and to keep them from dying. So as long as Mal is there and sharing the body, he's gonna be like, well, I don't want to die, so we're not doing that.
Right, because starving to death would be a stressful situation, so, like, you know, this is a possibility.
So, the way I would see that, that question that just got put is, it would depend on what the antagonist is asking and how it's framed. Because first of all, I actually don't know who the antagonist of the campaign is yet, because we haven't played. But the way that the charitable disadvantage is worded, it's if people ask for your help, in a situation where you shouldn't. So, if, like, I forget what perk it was. Was it Merciful? I know I gave him something. Didn't I give him Pacifist? I have no... Sunny Joker arc! No!
No!
Society! No. Help me take a... I mean, I'd have to talk with the DM, but I would be like, I feel like Sunny's not that dumb.
Hang on here, Roadkill. I'm gonna need to go AFK for a second. I just got a call. So, okay. Hang on for a quick moment, and I will be right back. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. I had a call from my grandmama. Had to check in.
It literally, I was just ranting about characters. Nothing of value was lost. Especially considering I'm talking about fucking Sunny Speranza. Nothing of value was lost.
What do you mean nothing of value is lost?
Listen, Sunny...
I'm here for this
he's
lore.
A child.
We're here for the lore, man.
We're here for... Snap back to reality.
Oh, there goes Greg!
Okay, but yeah, no, basically, Sunny's backstory is a backstory that you don't want to talk about unless you really want sad boy hours, because I think it's one of the, like, most fucked up backstories I've ever made, personally. It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad. Yeah, Sunny is a good boy, and I am excited to play him, even if it means that I'm probably gonna have multiple seizures in-game.
I am so sorry, my boy.
Okay,
then we take this, and then we're gonna go whoop, and then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna.
But then again, I make a lot of characters that I just give purposely sad backstories because I just like to fuck them up. You know?
It be like that, you know.
Yeah. I put the sad on them because I feel the sad, and I want them to feel the sad so that they can relate to me and I can relate to them, and then I have someone to relate with and feel less sad with. But then I am the source of their sad, so in reality, they would probably hate me. But,
So, Dare, are you fucking, like, hurting your children just so you can have somebody who shares the trauma?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dare! What do you get when you cross a starved seizure prone Italian with a country that doesn't care for— Oh my god, no!
Oh, please finish the joke. You get what you
No! No! Bad! Bad! I'm putting you in the corner, Dumpy.
No, that's funny. That's so funny. I have someone that I don't even know making jokes about my OCs. This is the dream.
You've done it.
This is the dream.
Dare, you've done it. Are you proud of yourself?
I am proud. I'm glad that people like Sunny. Because he hasn't even been in his campaign yet. He's just been sitting waiting to be played.
Your poor child has been waiting to suffer.
He's good. He's a good character. He's really gonna suffer when that game finally happens. Well, okay, because here's the funny thing, right? You know how with DID, sometimes your alters can do things that you don't remember, so when you come back to front, you know, you might be somewhere else, have done something else, yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
So the beginning of the campaign is actually going to start with him being on a train, being taken essentially to a Russian concentration camp, basically.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah. It's a dark campaign. It's very much a dark campaign. But the DM was asking me and the other player, do your characters want to try to smuggle anything onto the train? And I was sitting there and I was like, well, Sunny wouldn't even want to attempt. Mal, however, yes. So Mal attempted to smuggle a shank.
Oh god!
Mal smuggled a shank on the train. And we were talking, and I was like, yeah, Sunny probably fronts shortly after when they're back on the train, and then finds that in his pocket, and knows fully well if a guard finds that, he's probably dead.
Yeah, I would imagine.
So the way the campaign is going to start, and I've talked this over with the DM, and this is agreed upon, is Sunny is going to be sitting in a corner of the train with this shank, having a panic attack, and in his head yelling at Mal, like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? We're going to get in so much trouble for it.
Oh my god.
That's how the campaign started.
Woo!
Sunny's alter smuggles a shank, and Sunny is there like, what the fuck did you do? Why did you do that? We're gonna die.
Now we're gonna fucking die. Oh god.
So Sunny's not having a good time, and the campaign hasn't even started yet.
Damn you. Stab, stab, stab!
Yeah, that's what Mal wants to do. Mal wants to stab. Sunny doesn't.
Sunny wants to be a good little noodle.
Well, it's not even that. Sunny's like, I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want anyone to hurt me. I just want to sit quietly in the corner and let this blow over. And Mal, meanwhile, is like, you know it's not going to blow over. It never blows over. We've been bounced around between like 3 or 4 asylums, and now we're getting sent here? No. This is a problem.
You must suffer now. Oh, look at that big old beans.
That character is such a fucking trip, man. That poor little man.
He is going to suffer immensely.
And also, like you said, it's Caleb who's DMing this campaign. He's going to suffer.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He's going to
No doubt about that. Hydrate. Thank you, Meow.
You have to hydrate.
And before you be like, wait, did you slurp a soda? It's a seltzer water. It's water.
That's seltzer water's good. Seltzer water.
It's helping me with my diet.
What are you looking up?
What am I looking up?
Yeah, I see little paws in the corner.
I am looking up how to make proper scrunkle toes for this wolf boy. And I have told my chat, scrunkle toes is now the official term. I will not accept any criticism of any kind.
You've been bobbed.
I have been bobbed. Why would you do this to me, Dumpy? Dumpy, I thought we were friends. I thought we were homies. And you do this to me. You come into my stream, into my vibe time.
Is the other character who's playing in the game is also Italian? They are Northern Italian. They're actually both of the characters in this campaign are both non-binary and Italian. And
what the fuck?
We didn't talk about it beforehand. We both just made non-binary Italians, and then
I
are
mean,
you also non-binary and Italian?
It kind of reminds me of like when when I rolled up into your campaign and me and Shaw just kind of pointed fingers at each other like, you, like not even like the same fucking class and even the same subtype.
But the really funny thing about that is that the other character, she is a femme non-binary Northern Italian. And Sunny is a mask non-binary Sicilian.
Oh boy.
So what's funny is when I told Lark, who's playing the other Italian, like, yeah, he's from Sicily. They were like, oh, he's a Sicilian?
He's a fucking Sicilian?
Oh, Sicilian. Oh.
See, it's a good thing I'm not in this campaign because I would have been the French person. Hon 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 hon.
God, that would have been so good.
So I should join in. I'm just gonna be like, Caleb, can I bring the French lady into your campaign? I will speak legitimate French.
But what's very funny is now they both speak Italian, and I don't think anyone else on that island is going to speak Italian. So luckily we both have our little secret language that we can speak that the Russians won't be able to understand, at the very least.
See, but for me it'd be even more fun because I actually speak French.
Man, listen, I know
I'm going to confuse the fuck out of you.
Okay? No one gives a shit that you speak the fucking baguette language.
Listen, my homie does.
Well, I don't.
Mon ami.
Baguette language. I was raised English. This is a hate crime. Get this shit out of here.
Well, see, we're not gonna be friends then when I go to France and I go to hang out with the Frenchmen.
I don't want to hear your fucking baguette hon-hons. Get them out.
I've been working so hard. I've been working so hard so Dex will be proud of me and I can bully him in French.
I am proud of you. I'm just bullying.
I love to bully him. It's funny. It's really funny. At least for me, because when I bully him, he is really mad about it.
Good.
Mostly it's nothing like super bullish, it's just I like to call him short. He's not short.
Good.
He's like
bully the Frenchman in his native language.
He's
really
like 5'10", maybe like taller than that, but like he's, you know, average if not tall height.
I would say 5'10" isn't short.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like to call him short, because he gets really angry about it.
Well, I don't blame him because he's not.
I know he's not. That's the point. That's why I like to call him short. I'm just mean to men. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I will like to bully you. That's okay. That's a sign of like friendship, though. If I'm bullying you, we're probably friends.
You don't bully me too much.
Dare you suck.
There we go. Now I feel like a man.
There we go. Gotta bully him more. Okay, you know what? I have to step up my daily bullying dare quota.
You do, because I'm a man.
Yeah, exactly. I'm shirking on my duties. Fuck. How? So many men to bully.
What does chat want us to talk about?
Chad, do you have any stories you'd like us to share? Any questions you would like us to ask while I continue drawing the fucking like ripped ass legs of this wolf man?
Characters you want to hear about, stories, philosophical debates.
Not too philosophical because I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, philosophical, not political. Philosophical.
No like, politics.
Shit like if you take a chicken and pluck it, is it a man because it's featherless and bipedal?
God. Behold, a man.
I love
Jinx, you
told him, man.
And
It's the funniest story.
God, I can't say Jinx anymore because of that one fucking Vine from like forever ago. Do you remember the Vine of like the two dudes in the car, right? And they say something at the same
Yeah.
time. One of them goes, "Jinx, you owe me a kiss on the lips," and then locks the car doors. You're not going anywhere, Brandon.
Oh my god.
That's-
Also, you're making this werewolf buff as shit.
Fenry specifically told me if I am ever to draw his character, he's supposed to be shredded.
He's shredded.
He's because I like hold on, I am going to read
Fuck, dude.
verbatim the conversation we had. Let me hold on, I can scroll up a little bit. Cause I saw he had a he actually has an emote of his werewolf. So I was like, I'm like, and I looked at the title of it because you know how all emotes have a name to them.
Yeah.
And it is literally called Buffenry, and I said the buff werewolf, like laughing at him. And I said, you know, it reminds me of this emote I drew of like this one werewolf I drew ages ago. Pretty similar colors and everything. And like, hold on, can I pull it up? I'm gonna open it in Photoshop so y'all can see exactly what image I'm talking about. If anything, actually, probably the other one's buffer, but shh. I'm not redoing everything. He can suffer with the consequences. Yeah, I'll do this one. I'll do the transparent. So this is the original werewolf I was showing him, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
I'd say, I'd say he's pretty buff, right? You know, this is pretty buff,
Yeah, I
pretty
remember
buff
that
lad.
one, yeah.
So I showed him this werewolf, and he goes, "Not buff enough."
Well, okay, so here the difference is that character is buff, but they don't have the like weird like I've fasted and had nothing but water defined muscles kind of shit. This guy has the like Instagram bodybuilder defined muscle shit. Yeah, this guy.
Because I'm just drawing it like this. I don't know. Oh, hold on, wait. Let me look this up. Actually, I should definitely look this up because I totally forgot about this conversation we had. Because we were talking. He said like this werewolf is also not fluffy enough for what he wants. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you want more floof and more buff? And he goes, yeah, I'm basically a Malamute.
Oh, Malamute.
Yeah, if you've ever seen a Malamute, like they're basically like just the fluffier version of a Siberian Husky.
Mm.
So I'm like, oh man, you know, maybe I should add more like arm fur and shit. Then I don't know. He should be on break pretty soon anyway, cause he's Aussie. Why are all my friends non-American? What the fuck? Dare, I think I have a problem or something. And like,
Oh, yeah?
almost every person I meet these days is like non-American. That one when you touch the power cord on the laptop, no!
God, I wish I had that problem. What the fuck?
But like, like, I have this dude from Australia. I have Dex from France. I have Josh from Britain. I have Cam, who is now in Germany. He technically was American, but now he's German.
You know what I would kill for?
What do you got to prove when you say croissant? When you say croissant, are you a French spy? Do you tell French lies? Oui.
Yeah, just say fucking croissant.
It's not croissant, it's croissant.
Who gives a shit, dude? You're
Are you gonna
American.
finish
Stop
that
cosplaying as a
croissant?
French.
Are you going to
Dude.
finish that croissant?
Disgusting. Get
Ah.
out of here.
It's Carl
Dude.
Weezer.
What? Shut up.
I never am going to get over the Carl Weezer meme. No, maybe.
The Carl Weezer.
Wait,
Stop.
what's the line? I'm trying to remember the line. This
No.
like the Judy, this one where he's talking about their dreams, right? They're talking about their dreams. Band yourself. Okay, bye. I guess I'm no longer wanted here.
You leave, and then I'll just do this.
Okay, goodbye. I'll see you later,
Okay.
guys.
Alright. It's my turn now. Hey guys. So this is now the Roadkill secondary channel. I'll start doing my streams here instead. How do you all feel about some Dead Space streams? Yeah, see, this is my channel. Yeah. No talk about Weezer or French, or I will ban you from my chat. No Frenchy shit in my chat. In this household, we are only weeaboos. And we talk. Nevermore betrayal, yeah. Nevermore's my best friend.
Roadkill, can I come out of the corner now?
Ask nicely.
Can I please come out of the corner now?
Maybe.
Just gonna ignore the Blue album like that.
Yeah, sure, you can come out.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
I like how you actually put me front and center like it was my channel.
I did!
I
You're
have
like,
to
this
put
is
you
my
back.
channel now, so I was like, okay.
Now you gotta
Okay,
put
it's
me
your
back
channel
in the-
now? Fine.
There we go, alright, now
Wait,
you can
wrong
come
one.
back.
Boink. No, wait. No, wait. Put me back. There we go! I was like, why am I not back?
I love how many times we've made the joke of me taking over your channel.
Yeah.
We've made that joke many times.
Every time I think of Weezer, like that Weezer Blue cover, I think of that one TikTok of like, my girlfriend said my eyes are Weezer Blue.
Weezer Blue.
She also
She
says
also
I'm
says
autistic.
Yeah, I've seen that.
My eyes are Weezer Blue.
That TikTok is really good.
It's so good for no fucking
She
reason.
also says I'm autistic.
Something about it is
It's
just
the way he says it. It's the way it's said. It's the intonation in the voice.
Mm.
It's also the fact that for some fucking reason. Now, this is definitely so. For those of you that follow Nikara's TikTok, you may have deciphered that I have a bit of a fixation on Sun and Moon from FNAF.
Headband.
So that TikTok that you're talking about, the Weezer Blue, someone did that with fucking Sun for some reason, and I have learned that people ship Sun with Monty Gator.
Why does this not surprise me?
The thing is, it kind of works, and I'm kind of here for it, but they made that TikTok with fucking Monty and Sun. It kills me. It kills me. That's something I can talk for hours about, is FNAF. And that's a problem that I can, but I can't. Oh, you gave me a head pet.
Yeah, I have a headpad saved, just in case.
I have head pet.
Hold on, I need to figure out what I'm doing with this, because, like, I know what color his, like, character is. He's, like, this kind of, like, what would you call it? Like, brownish, light brown gray kind of color. He's, like, muted. But, like, from the buff emote that he showed me of his, like, little stinky little werewolf, it has no patterns. And I'm like, is it literally just going to be this one color? Because that seems kind of boring.
I was gonna say, from an art perspective, that's usually not good to just make a whole thing one color with no pattern.
Like, I want to add something to it to give it some flair,
Yeah.
but, like, I don't want to go, like, off character.
Off of care. Well, that's the thing, is like, to some degree, you need to add texture to the fur, and adding texture to the fur is usually also done through patterning. So if you have no patterning, it makes it hard to make it not look flat and boring.
Yeah, I
from
imagine there's
art
gotta be at least, like,
perspective.
some shading for the ears. Oh, I see why my fucking mouse is weird. The smoothing got turned on again. I hate that.
You know, watching you draw is making me want to draw again, but I purposely wasn't drawing because I was tired.
I am
But I
inspiring.
want to work on that comic that I was doing, but also I need your help with a pose because I don't know how to draw someone sitting crisscross applesauce.
I have poses for that.
I need your help with that.
Run.
I need crisscross applesauce poses.
I do believe I have a crisscross applesauce somewhere.
Because I'm trying to draw a fucking... It's a FNAF animatronic. I'm outing myself. I'm trying to draw
Of course you're drawing your Blorbo.
It's my fucking Blorbo, okay? I have a Blorbo from my games,
Where
and it's a problem.
is it? Because I have various sitting poses, but I'm trying to figure out. I swear to God, I have a crisscross applesauce somewhere.
Okay, Dumpy, that's a fucking mood, because I was in Ohio for like a month, and I thought I was gonna be there for like a week, and I was like, I want to get back into drawing, but if I'm only gonna be there for a week, I shouldn't drag all my drawing stuff there. I ended up there for a month, and there were so many times that I was like, I want to draw, but I didn't drag all my drawing stuff with me.
Okay.
Fuck.
Well, I found at least one crisscross applesauce, but it's in like a weird foreshortening way. So if you want to like take a peek see at the
You can
reference.
send it to me, and I can just try and use it as just, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, no, that's not at all how I'm drawing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Like I said, it's weirdly foreshortened.
It's fine. I'll look up references later, because I want to draw that. I want to do some more, like, drawing memes.
Mhm.
like the drawing memes where they have the little boxes and they're like, draw a character like this. I want to do more drawing shit because like, do you ever like? I'm sure chat understands, but do you ever like look at a really good drawing and you're like, damn, I wish I could draw like that. And in the back of your brain goes, well, to draw like that, you need to practice and draw more. You can't draw like that without drawing. And then you're like, shut up, brain. I just want to draw like that without the practice.
No
That's the
effort, only
point
art.
by that. Literally, where like I look at really pretty art and I'm like, I wish I could draw like that. And then I have to remind myself, like, you need to practice to draw like, because I've been making progress in my drawing. I learned how to use colored line art. That's a big step. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
I fucking learned how to do colored line art. That's a big step.
Boom.
It's
He
wizard
has.
time, motherfucker. Fireball, and he throws a Molotov.
It's a wizard time, baby.
Unironically, if you made that, I think I would adore that image. You should do that. Oh, but no, I was drawing a really cute comic for Sun and Moon from FNAF. It was a good comic, and I was very proud of it. And I had everything finished except for the last panel, and then setting it up like a comic. The last panel was the most intensive, so I stopped.
Makes sense.
I was in the process of sketching the last panel, and I stopped because it was just a lot. And then I got caught up with Spirit Halloween. Ha.
Oh, I have some.
Done been busy,
Okay.
but I should draw.
Let me see.
Also,
Let me see.
I spent the last few days trying to get my fucking Sims 4 game to not be fucking glitched.
I see.
I finally fixed it, but my Sims game has been broken for so long, and I finally fixed it. God damn it.
Hell yeah. Okay, I have a response now. So basically, okay, we have some patterning that we can do. He's basically just a Timberwolf.
He's a Timberwolf.
Yeah, just generic Timberwolf colors, but
I'm
like
gonna make
more
a bad joke.
brown.
So is this guy's persona?
I mean, I guess if you want to consider that, he is a werewolf like me.
So
But he doesn't like identify as furry.
okay, I'm gonna just
He doesn't
say
really
this
have a
right now.
persona, I guess, unless you want to
I'm
include
gonna
this.
just say this right now. This guy's a basic bitch. Timberwolf motherfucker. Where's my neon sparkle dogs? Basic ass bitch over here,
Basic.
Timberwolf. Is
I need my sparkly boys.
yeah, where's my fucking neon sparkle dogs, dude? Where's my guys with like fucking the whole color wheel on their bodies? Come on.
Exactly.
Now that's the designs I'm here for.
All right, time to become Timberwolfy. Good thing I know Timberwolves very good. Me like Timberwolf.
I would stream my drawing like this if I had any more ounce of confidence in my drawing, or if I thought I was at all good at drawing.
You know what? That's fair. Can't even be mad.
The thing is, I still don't think I'm very good at drawing. I know my friends tell me I'm pretty decent at it, especially
me.
considering I have had like no training. But like, I don't think
It's me. I'm that friend.
I know you're that friend. I know.
No, I'm telling
I
chat.
still-
It's me. I'm that friend.
Yeah, she is that friend. I don't think I'm that good at drawing.
I just like
But every
burst into his room
every
and I'm like,
once
"You
in
draw
a
good."
while- Every once in a while, I will draw something that I'm pleasantly surprised by, and I look at it and go, "Ooh, I drew that." Like for the comic, I drew a cookie, and I used like perspective and colored line art, and it looks good, and it looks like a really nice cookie. Oh, hey, you're being rated.
Oh my god! It's Myron!
You've
Oh
been rated.
my god! I know, I don't normally stream this late at night, so normally, like, most of my other streamer friends do not get to raid me. Hello! I am drawing
Welcome,
werewolves
raiders.
because what else would I be drawing?
And we're just talking about whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, we're just kind of like vibing, answering questions, just chatting along. So, like, if you all want us to talk about a specific thing or are curious about
Feel free
something,
to.
let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been kind of shirking my streaming duties lately, mostly because I'm still, well, for one, I'm still getting used to my new medication, which is going great, by the way. It's not like it's bad or anything. It's going good. And just starting a new job on top of that as well.
Ooh, the topic is pancakes or waffles. That's a good topic.
Okay. Okay.
That's a good. What's your
Ah,
take?
fuck.
Pancakes or waffles?
Well, I will be honest, it has been a long time since I've actually had a waffle.
Mm.
Typically because, well, I don't have a waffle maker for one. And, you know, you kind of really need a waffle maker to make waffles.
Yeah, good waffles. Yeah.
It's kind of in the name. But I definitely do like waffles. I especially like the fact that, like, you know, they actually hold syrup.
They hold the syrup.
They hold the syrup.
Yeah.
Cause like I make
Yeah.
pancakes. Honestly, I make pancakes pretty frequently nowadays. I do like me my pancakes. However, like, just waffle good, man.
I think my take is that
You know,
a
I'm
pancake is good, but there is something about the distinct taste of a waffle cup, like filled with the syrup, that
Mhm.
is just so good.
Exactly.
So I would also say waffle. Also, Dumpy, don't feel bad about closely following references, because especially when you're a new artist, that is something that you will have to do. And also, like, really good artists also closely follow references. So don't feel bad about using
Yeah, I
references.
mean that's why I like to
Um,
put my reference up in the
yeah,
corner
right
so
up in
people
the
can
corner so you can
actually
see it.
see like what
Yeah,
I'm
what
basing
you're
this shit
looking
on.
at.
Like this pose,
Yeah.
I did not come up with this pose. I fucking
did
stole
not.
this pose.
No, literally. I've personally also felt bad about using references, and oh god. So I'm trying to fucking remember. This January, like, one of my New Year's resolutions was to learn how to draw. So this January is when I started drawing, and I've been drawing on and off, and taking breaks. But literally this month and October is when I started to stop using references as much. Like, it takes a bit. It's not something you can immediately hop off of, so like, don't feel bad about references.
Honestly,
References are a good thing to use.
yeah, like most like the advice I've gotten like as a person who has gone to art school, hell, even most professional artists still use references. Like
Yep.
this is one of the things that like blew my mind when I first went to college. What was it? Oh, I remember. So like obviously when we get to college, one of the things they show us is they like to show us the seniors' work, like what seniors have been producing these days. And they obviously like bring us into the art room and they show us like what some of the seniors have produced, and we're like, no fucking way we're gonna be able to do that shit in 4 years.
And then you do.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like, but we're, you know, obviously when we see a piece of art, a lot of us are like, well, how did they do that? Like, what's their technique? You know, what brushes did they use? What program did they use?
And you learn.
Turns
How
out,
to do it.
this is the thing for me. Turns out, most of the time when you're looking at like professional grade like concept art for
Mhm.
like especially realistic video games like Call of Duty,
Isn't
like
it photo mapping?
it's photo bashing. And if you don't
it's
know
photo
what
bashing.
photo bashing is a technique where you take a bunch of photos, like real life photos, and you use the various tools, usually in Photoshop, because Photoshop is industry standard, but you use the tools in your program to essentially like mash them together until they form a cohesive image. You definitely do use some brushwork here and there. It's not entirely just like messing with photos and like merging them together in like a Frankenstein-y way. But it's still just like, what? You're telling me somebody didn't painstakingly paint this entire background?
I gotta say, I think it's really funny that I still have head pat and you don't.
Oh shit, I forgot. Yours doesn't turn off. Mine has a timer.
I have head pat.
No head pad for you. I take it away.
Don't take it. No, don't take it away.
Would you? Okay, you may have your head. Okay, I put you on head pad. I will put it back.
I'm kidding you.
Putting pictures into Blender. Yeah, no, I mean like same like
basically.
references like that too, like 3D modeling. You definitely need references when 3D modeling.
Yeah.
Or
You know,
else
references are not a bad thing to use. References are something everyone uses. But I do know what you mean by like leaning too heavily on them. Because I feel like I do that a lot too. But you'll get better with time. Drawing is one of those things where you just have to do it, even if you suck.
hell.
To quote Jake from Adventure Time, the first step to being good at something is sucking really bad at something.
Exactly.
So that's the point I'm at, so you're not alone.
Definitely, like, I personally wouldn't say there is ever such thing as, like, leaning too heavily on, references, because like sometimes you just need your references, man. There's nothing wrong with needing a reference. Like, I use it all the time because, like, my brain can only, imagine so many things. I cannot imagine every single pose in the world. And that is why I like this.
This is making me want to draw again, which is a problem.
If you would like to.
Okay, I'll try drawing while we're doing
Draw your
this.
Blorbos!
Okay, I'm gonna draw the Blorbo. Hold on, I gotta get my fucking drawing pad. Is my cat sitting on it? No.
Is it? Oh, I was gonna say, is it Smelliot or is it Edie?
No, Edith was sitting on the drawing pad.
Edie, Squeeby BB.
Time to bust out the $30 Huion. Yeah, there we go. It's the ultimate artist's tool.
Hell yeah.
The $30 Huion. Alright, here we go.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, it works. If it works, it works, dude.
If
Also,
you
it's
do
really
it right,
cute,
and you
so
don't
when my
fuck it up.
cats chew on it, I can replace it. Because my cats have already chewed on it.
Exactly. If you do it right,
Alright, chat.
And-
I'm drawing now.
and you don't fuck it up, it works.
Alright.
It just works.
Alright, I'm gonna draw now while we do this.
Boom. Timby Woof. I think this looks very Timby Woof of him. Alright, now I'm gonna put it... This looks so... This is fucking good. With time practice, you will work out. Also, I will also add another hot take in here. Because, like, a lot of artists will, like, reprimand you for this. And there's, to an extent, I agree. Tracing. I say there's a big difference between, like, tracing to practice something for muscle memory and tracing to pass it off as your own artwork. Because, like, most professional artists will trace via photographs. So like for instance, like sometimes I will try and trace, like I did this for Semna when I was drawing her art. I started tracing lion faces, like photographs of lions, because my brain just for some reason cannot handle the complexity of kitty snoot. I don't know what it is about kitty squish face, but my brain just goes, no. So I was like, fuck, I want to draw kitty squish face, but cannot comprehend it. Brain no comprehend kitty squish face.
Kitty squish face.
That is now the scientific term, is kitty squish face. So I started looking up some references of lions, and I just fucking win ham. I just, like, grabbed a bunch, started, like, tracing them over, like, doing both my style and just, like, free lining of the lion, and I think I got better.
I will admit that in my first era of digital drawing, I did a lot of tracing, but it was never to, like, go, yeah, I totally original, totally came up with this. It was almost always I would trace over a pose and then draw everything else.
Exactly.
And I usually wouldn't even post it anywhere. It was just for me to look at someone who was better at what I was and doing better and to learn from what they were doing. And now that I've done that a few times, I've gotten better at drawing just from hand without tracing like that. So I also did a lot of that. And this is the first time that I've admitted that I did a lot of tracing. So yeah.
Like I said, there's a difference between, like, tracing to learn and tracing to, like, pass something off and, like, make money from it or something like that. Like, you might have heard this story before, Dare, but I don't know if I've told chat the story. So, there was a dude in, like, my freshman year of college. So, like, we were a decent size, well, I would say decent size, this probably sounds small to most of y'all, but, like, in my class, there were, like, 25 kids, I want to say, in this college art class. And it was, like, it was the foundation stuff, so we're learning, like, color theory, basic form, all of that fun shit. And there was this one dude who had, like, he had a lot of shit going on. I won't even get into that. But, one of the things I remember distinctly is we had this assignment, and I believe it was something like it was, like, either painting a vehicle or, like, painting a vehicle in or a scene. I can't remember.
I remember that thing.
Yep.
Because my ex had to do that assignment, and I remember sitting and watching them do it.
Yep. So, yeah, it was some sort of, like, scenery. I don't remember exactly what it was about. I just remember specifically, like, this dude had a truck in his scene, or, like, a bunch of cars. And, like, we had seen his website because when he first came into class, he was bragging. Like, he thought he was the shit.
This bitch is like, I'm hot shit, and you're all gonna know about it.
Literally, the first thing he came in to brag to us about was, I have a website. And we're like, cool, you and like half the class have a website for your art, or like post your art online. So, I will admit we were being a little mean. We were being a little mean.
Motherfucker, everyone can have a website if they pay enough or use the right website like I.
Yeah. But we were a little mean, so we wanted to go to his site because we were curious as to like what was his art.
Y'all wanted to find shit to make fun of.
We did want to find shit to make fun of. We were being malicious.
It's okay, I'm petty too.
Well, yeah, we were being petty little fuckers because we just thought it was so like just annoying that he comes in here bragging like he thinks he's better than all of us, even though we all got accepted to the same school.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he's, you know, going back to his local high school going like, guys, I got into the school. Like, we're all here. We all have gone through the same shit. So we looked at his website, and it was pretty mediocre at best. It was not very good, I will say, in my humble opinion as, you know, an artist. So, and it was like me and like two other people. It was, if you remember Alex. Actually, I think it was both Alexes. It was both Alex, like two Alexes in my art class.
No, I remember
the boy and the girl. And yeah, so we're like, okay, like, I don't see why this guy's bragging, but, you know, pop off, I guess, king. And then we got to that assignment. And, like, the art he made was, like, oddly good for what we had seen from his site and other assignments.
So you saw his site and were like, this is his level of art.
Yeah.
And then he handed something in that did not match that level of art.
Exactly! Imagine being stinky. Shut up, Fenry! Fuck off, I'm drawing your character. I love you, bitch. This is the guy I'm drawing. But yeah, we're looking at his site and we're looking at the thing and we're just like, something's not sitting right here, you know? This doesn't seem like his art. Sure enough, Alex comes to our little group chat, our little huddle, a day or two later, and they're like, I found some dirt. And we're like, well, spill it, sis, what's the tea? She's like, you remember that art that, like, I'm gonna call him Roger for the sake of anonymity. Remember that art that Roger made in class? And we're like, yeah, what about it? And she's like, look at this. So we look at the piece that Roger had made.
Yeah.
And then she pulls up another image. Spot fucking on. Every single item was exactly the same. The only thing that was different was the line art was shittier. Like, his line art was shittier. Not the original artist. And the colors were different. Dude had unironically tried to fucking plagiarize in a college-level art class. Needless to say, he got kicked out by the end of the year. It was just, I just could not fucking believe it. I'm the guy you're drawing as you should. Shut the fuck up, Henry. Yo, bitch ass. Gotta love eating dirt. Do you ever circle back to... Oh, I never did circle back to Maid Car. Alright, Fenry, I'm spilling our tea. I'm spilling the tea to the chat of the AU we came up with. So, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, because, for those of you who had seen Maid Car before, fun fact, contrary to popular belief, Maid Car was made before this AU. Okay? This AU spawned from the art. It was not the other way around. Yeah,
you're still a simp.
I am still a fucking simp. But I'm clarifying that. That is how it goes. AUT. Bitch, you're in the AU! What are you talking about? So, of course, I'll roll up to Fenry here and I'm like, hey yo, look at this shit I made. And he's like, that's cool. He's like, we started talking about like an AU, essentially, where Fenry is the lord of the manor, and Nakara is one of the maids. But, like, this is our characters, so of course it can't just be that simple. Because we're assholes. Especially to each other. Fenry, you were also free to insult me in this one. I told him he couldn't insult me because I was having a bad time lately, but, you know, things have passed, so you can feel free to be an asshole.
You never tell me that. I insult you all the time.
It's because we're special. We have a special
I'm
bond.
special?
We have a special bond here.
Oh my god, I'm special.
You're special. Art imitates. But yeah, so we start that AU, and like, there's no real storyline to it. So sorry. Bitch, I'm powerful. Retroactively gave the art a backstory. So there's no like legitimate like story. There's no linear progression to this. It's basically just a bunch of like what if scenarios. So basically like the gist of it is Nakara is one of his maids, and she is the longest lasting maid in his manor, solely because like even though he threatens to fire her basically every single day, he never does. There's like, we made up lore that like she basically like came to his doorstep like at like a really bad time in her life, and he like took her in begrudgingly because he is known as like a hard ass around in the community. But he was just like, I may be a hard ass, but I'm not like heartless. So he let her in, and on the condition that she has to work, essentially, which was like fair enough, I guess. You know, gotta earn that bread. Just out of spite. And yeah, and like they started developing a relationship. But like, you know, Nakara can't be too grateful all the time. gotta be just a smidge mean. So like, whenever he has guests over and shit, one of her favorite things to do, just to piss him off, is to refer to him very casually. Because you know how like normally in like, oh, like old school media or whatever, whenever like there's a lord of the man, it's like, you know, it's master or my lord or some shit. You know, something to show that they're obviously like the one in charge here. Now Nakara rolls up and just was like, you want anything for dinner, Fenrir? To which he just yells at her the whole time, but like he can't really do anything because he doesn't want to look, you know, bad in front of all his colleagues and whatever. And shit like that. And she's asked for like a raise multiple times to be like a higher status amongst the maids, because despite being there for like several years, she's still like whatever the most basic rank of maid is. I don't know what it is. Insert title here. And he just doesn't want to raise her to higher status, even though she totally deserves it. Because he's just a little bitch and doesn't want to do it.
I just totally deserve a higher rank. I don't know why you're giving it to me, you bitch ass.
It's like, no, it's
anyway.
pretty much over here. She's like, well, I have seniority. I should be, like, you know, lead maid. And he's like, go back to the fucking quarters. Shut up. Remember, she's always lower on the totem pole than even the newest maids. She is literally the bottom of the barrel when it comes to, like, ranks.
Suck at your job.
No, she does good at her job. She does her job. She just is an asshole.
I know, I'm making...
You're making fun of me. You're making fun of me. But like, despite this, there is still romance. Just it's not, you know, shown to the others because like that's taboo or some shit, you know. Like, but it's usually in like small acts, like and of course it's a fucking tsundere. We're both tsunderes. So like he'll be like in his quarters studying, and she'll just like pop in with like a dessert, and she'll be like the fucking chef made like an extra dessert or whatever. I thought you should have it. Bye. Or she'll like, one of the ones I remember talking about is like Nakara grows a specific color flower that no other maid. If I could fire you, I would be throwing trash. I would, but throwing trash on the street is illegal. Shit, you right. But one of the favorite ones that I love is Nakara grows a like particular color of flower that none of the other maids grow, and it's not in the gardens either, on the grounds. It is like specifically her color, and every so often like he'll find like a bouquet of these flowers just around. Or on the other end of the spectrum, Fenrir is really blunt. He does not beat around the bush when it comes to emotions. So she'll like come back to her quarters some days and find a letter for her that's basically just like, you're really pretty. I like you a lot. It's just like the cute little moments like that are never shown to the public. Or like the occasional times where she gets invited to the bedroom. And what was the one we talked about? What was the one we talked about? I think it was Like, we had one moment where, like, he doesn't normally talk about the relationship openly. But, like, there was one moment where, like, a maid came in without knocking, like, one of the newer ones came in without knocking. And, like, saw they were both into the bed together. And he's like, what, am I not allowed to fall in love? Something like that. Oh, more hydrate. But it's just all a bunch of, like, really cute little dumb scenarios. I fucking love them. And I'm still waiting for that art, Fenry! I'm still waiting! When are we getting it done? Because I want this art so bad. We've talked about, like, getting, like, the AU art done before. And I need it in my life. I need this for serotonin. I like you a lot, bitch! You're my favorite maid, bitch!
Why does colored line art just make your art look so much more nice for some stupid reason?
I have no idea. It's just the overly verbose version of that, hey, I think you're really cool, I like you a lot, maybe we could, like, hang out or something, fine? That is literally their relationship. It's like, hey, I like you a lot, but, like, you're kind of cool, and, like, maybe we can hang out or something. But in, like, a more, like, asshole, sassy way. Because that's just how we be. And it's great and I love it. It's the best time I've ever had. And we need to make more of it! We need another AU! Fenry! Fenry, hit me with another AU. What are we doing? What's the next one?
I want to make fucking AUs, but you never talk to me about it.
Do you want? Are we making platonic AUs?
We can make fucking platonic.
Platonic AU! Wait, but you're... How would we make it work with your possum? Or are we making a different character? Are we doing different characters?
I don't know, dude.
Did I ever tell you about one of the longest running stories I've ever had done? It was a roleplay. Back when I was a ass and platonic AU. So ages ago, I did a roleplay because I used to be really big into roleplay as a teenager with this person who, ironically, at the time, their name was Isaac. Very ironic. They're completely different from the one we do not speak of. Really, really nice. I'm still very good friends with them. Was there through their transition and everything. And I love them so much. Assassins who are hired to kill each other, but end up just giving each. Are we just gonna become like fucking Spy Family? Is that it? Spy Family the AU? That's it. I knew it. I like it. I'm here for it. But anyway. Of course, all of my AUs involve Nakara, because she is my life. Quite literally, she's been my life for 10 years. Cannot escape this bitch. And this one was interesting because it was one of the only times where I'd roleplayed with somebody who had multiple characters in one, setting. But essentially, the gist of this story was, Nakara had recently moved to this town and was looking for a job. Because she need money. And she gets hired at essentially this little chocolate store. Like, this store specializes in selling only chocolate. But it's not that simple because there's a twist that her and the other employee of... Well, actually, she doesn't know about. The other employee does. The twist is that the guy who runs this chocolate factory, this chocolate store, gets his chocolate through dark methods. See, he believes that people who have committed specific crimes don't deserve life. So he has a special chemical that he will take prisoners, and he will inject them with it, and they turn into chocolate.
My man, I feel like using, like, fucking child slavery to get chocolate's easier at that point. Like, if you want to
But it's like, I mean, it's like really bad. Like, I'm talking like serial killers, like those kinds of people.
Chocolate that is flesh. I mean, wow.
Yeah, but like, I mean, obviously, Nakara does not know this when she signs up for this.
So this is just Sweeney Todd, but like chocolatier, like.
Yes. Essentially.
Okay.
Sweeney Todd the chocolatier. Of course, Nakara doesn't know this when she joins, but the character whom she interacts with the most, his name is Clyde. They're the one that has the romance story. He is a very tall, pink-haired little twink boy, and I love him so much. You can see where I get my tastes from. He is very aware of what is going on. He is actually an accomplice to this shit. Oh, also, Clyde has like major anxiety. I wonder why. But anyway, like, he can't, obviously they can't tell Nakara, like, the fucked up shit that's happening. Spicy AU idea. Is this, like, Twitch friendly? Can we talk about this? Oh shit, I need a sippy. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Dare, entertain them. I need to walk to the fridge for 0.2 seconds.
Oh shit.
You're not being very entertaining! Talk about Blurbo.
Fuck, they don't want to hear me talk about Blorgo.
It's okay, I'm coming back. It's okay, I'm coming back.
Good, get back here. You don't want to hear about Blorgo.
Death metal lead singer and fangirl. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. Wait, is Fenry the teddy bear? Please, please. Fenry teddy bear AU? Fenry not asshole arc? That would be cool. Wait, what's the death metal band though? What do we call we need a name for this. What would you I assume it's werewolf themed because that's what we are. Fenry on Joker arc.
On Joker arc. So now we've had Sunny Joker arc and Fenry on Joker. Good jokes, thanks Dumpy.
We need
comedic mastermind.
Hold on, I need to figure out what I'm doing with this shit. Hold on. I hate that I did this. I'm gonna have to... Soft death metal boyfriend. I like soft death metal boyfriend. I'm here for this vibe. Hold on, I gotta fix this because I have to be very careful. Because I was Boo Boo the Fool, and do you ever do this, Dare? Do you ever just like paint on the wrong layer?
I do it so often. Are you kidding me?
I am Boo Boo the Fool. I painted on the wrong layer today. I am Cry. I am Cry. It's okay, I'll fix it though. It's not that bad.
One must go to the other. Dumpy, you have no right to be so funny with such an unfunny concept. You have to stop. That's not fair.
Dumpy, the hilarious. This is the comedy police. That's too funny. You'll never take me alive.
Do you ever have your cat just sit there and do like lovey eyes to you, and you just feel so blessed?
I wish, but my cat literally only ever interacts me for one reason, and that is because he gets hungry.
My cat has sat down next to my computer, and he's giving me lovey eyes.
Meat.
No, do not step on the computer.
Yeah, no.
Cat.
Actually, the one moment of affection my cat has shown me recently happened, like, yesterday morning. So, it was, like... It was like 10 minutes before 7. And I know this because, like, not long after this happened, I had to get up for work. But it was like 10 minutes or so before 7 o'clock. And, my cat actually starts meowing for the first time in ages. Like, I haven't heard this fucker meow in a long-ass time. And he just starts running up the stairs. Well, he doesn't have a real cat meow. He has, like, a weird, wheezy... Meow. But, like, anyway, he starts running up the stairs, you know, meowing. And I'm like, whoa, Oni is meowing. Why he meow? Because he never meows. Never. So I'm like, oh shit, something's going down if he's meowing. Ow! Ow! Thank you, Void. I love you too, Void. I showed Nakara more affection than her cat, and I consider her furniture. This is heartbreaking. Damn. Wait, I'm only furniture to you? Fuck. I thought what we had was special. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, Mom will get it. She'll be up in a minute anyway. She's usually up before me. Hello, Void. Welcome in, welcome in. We're just having story time while I vibe and draw. And Fenry insults me in the corner. So I'm just like, okay, it'll be fine. You know, Mom will get it. She'll figure out what's going on. She'll let him out. Because I assumed he probably needs to go pee-pee. As he tends to be an outdoor cat. And, like, I hear some crinkling. Because I have, my dog food bag up here for my boyo. And not long after I hear the crinkle, there was a cat in my bed. You thought you were pet tier? I thought we had special. And I'm just like, holy shit. He's in my bed. Because he never does that. He never comes to my room, let alone hops up on my bed. And he starts, like, you know, what do you call it when cats, like, headbutt you? Just starts,
headbutt you.
Yeah, you know, like the little lovey headbutts. And I'm like, okay, I do it back because I speak a little cat. I'm not completely language blind to cats. So I give him a couple, little headbutts, and he goes on his little merry way. And the coffee shop while we assassinate each other. Yes. And I get up a little while later to, prepare for the day of educating tiny children. And he's, running around downstairs, and I'm like, oh, Mom didn't let him out yet? So I go to let him out, and, like, the way my house is set up, right, is on your... Teddy Wolf? Yes. On your way to leave my house, you go to, like, this little entryway, and to the left, if you're leaving, that is, to the left if you're leaving, there is, like, the washing machine and dryer. And on top of said washing machine and dryer is my cat's food bowl. And,
I see.
Yeah, as I'm sure you can
I
guess,
see.
I'm about to go let him out when he takes a sharp left and hops up on the washing machine and starts headbutting his little food holder.
I see.
And as soon as he starts doing that, I immediately know, oh, it's because he's hungry.
Kitty is like, feed me, human.
Yeah,
Feed
because
me.
I was like, what? Why is he hungry? Because, like, I'm like, I just fed you last night. And then I remembered, oh, see what happened was I fed him last night. I did, before I knew you were like, Nikara, did you, like, dream feeding your cat and, like, let him starve? No, I didn't. What had happened was I did give him food, but the food I gave him, like, there was not much in the bag when I went to go give him said food. So I'm like, oh, it's okay. He'll last through the night. I'll get it later. It'll be enough for him to snack on right now. Little did I remember, my cat is a fucking chungo.
My cat is a chongo.
Dude, this
As
cat
all good
consumed.
Cats are.
Cats are more stomach than brain.
Cat chongo.
My cat's fucking chungo. So
Cats be fucking chongus.
So I was like, oh yeah, of course his, fat ass is hungry.
Chongy.
He chungy. He needs to keep up his figure.
Don't judge him, he's chongy.
I love him. No, I love him. I insult my cat out of love. He's my little chongo. My little chumby boy. Alright, finish up with putting the shredded muscles back. There we go. I think I have fixed it, at least to the point where it shouldn't be noticeable anyway.
That's all art is, really.
Alright, because I want to do this. I want to add a gray layer over the color, because Fenry is a lot more gray than this. I just gave him basic, like, Timberwolf colors for now. And then I'm gonna add some gray to it. Ah, shit. See, this is why I check. Because there's a lot more shit that I missed. I just couldn't tell because of the colors. See, this is why we check, ladies and gentlemen.
Where did my phone go?
This is why we check bitches and bros and non-binary hoes.
And non-binary.
Dude, I love that one. That or there's a guy on YouTube called The Click. Oh, I see what happened. I'm Boo Boo the Fool. And his introduction is like, what's going on, laddies, lasses, and lassos? And I don't know why, but I just find that so funny. Laddies, lasses, and lassos. Car saying schnack like that's not now her nickname. Shush, okay? You're dealing with my art, so you can accept it or fuck off. I feel like this is gonna be the vibes of, like, if you know the TikTok audio, or just the quote from, like, Bob's Burgers, when, Tina gives Luis, like, the friendship bracelet. She's like, I made you a friendship bracelet. And she's like, wow, okay, like, thanks, I guess. She's like, you don't have to wear it, it's okay. No, I'm gonna wear it forever, it's mine, fuck off.
It's mine, fuck off.
No, yeah, she starts insulting, like, Tina's friendship bracelet. She's like, you can give it back, you don't have to wear it. And she's like, no, I'm gonna wear it forever, it's mine, fuck off. I feel like that's how this is gonna be, Fenry. You just be like, I'm just over here, like, drawing this art, and it's like, I made you this art, and you're like, well, this is wrong. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take it back, it's fine. No, I'm gonna hang it on my wall, it's mine, fuck off. That's what I do. Especially with the friendship bracelet I got from you. Dear.
From me.
Yeah, remember the little Nakara
Oh,
plushie
yeah.
you sent me with the friendship bracelet? I love it. It's mine.
Oh yeah.
It's my favorite. It's my best gift I've ever received in my entire life.
I forgot that I hunted for like a vaguely Nakara looking plush on Amazon. Vaguely.
Dude, I don't
And
even
I
care.
hand-
It's so good.
I handmade that bracelet.
That's what makes it good! That's how it already is.
glad
I
you
knew it. I fucking called it. Dude, I will treasure that forever. That is like the most well thought gift I have received in a long time. Cause like, I don't know about y'all, but like I love receiving gifts as much as the next person, but there's something different about like receiving one that has like a lot of like love and thought put into it. You know what I mean? Like it's different than just being like waking up on Christmas morning and be like, "Surprise, honey, I got you a Keurig." Like, wow, I love it. I make coffee a lot. Like, but it's like, it's factory made, right? There's something different about like waking up on like a Christmas or a birthday or whatever and being like, "Surprise, honey, like I made you this like this little bracelet." Like it's not, no Gucci or Prada or whatever, but I made it with my own two hands. Or like or even like if you want to go like if you're not somebody who can make something, you're like, "Surprise, I like got this specific item commissioned for you. Like I got a blanket with our characters on it, or a picture done with our characters." This is like that is the best shit. That warms the soul right there. There's just something special about it. Like that's what I wish like that had I'm gonna get a little sad for a moment here. I wish like that had been more accepted in my household as a kid, because like growing up, like there were very few gifts that I made by hand that like I remember being accepted. Because there was one I remember for Father's Day specifically, and I put my fucking whole Nicarusi into this shit, right?
I hate that you say that, but continue.
Deal with it. So for my dad was a fisherman, and like I knew he liked his job, at least as a kid I knew he liked his job. So I thought, what would be really cool to have as a gift for leave ban. I'm so sorry. You have to deal with me. But as a kid, I was like, it'd be a really cool gift idea. I am going to make him, as best as a like 7-year-old can, a scale model of his rowboat. So that's what I did, and I got like a shit ton of paper, and I started making a little dinghy out of paper. And not only the dinghy, I made the dinghy, I made a homemade trap, and I made like a little lobster and a person to go with it. I made the whole kit and caboodle, man.
That's cute.
And he was like, "Okay, that's cool, thanks." I was sitting here like,
so
I worked 3 days on this. My tiny child fingers worked on this thing for 3 fucking days, and all you have to say is cool, thanks.
That's so cool, though.
Like, I made a shit ton of stuff homemade. The dingy, the dongy, and the third rhyming D word.
The dingy, the dongy, and the dungy.
The dungy. I like it. Yeah. And I, like, growing up, like, oh man, I was so sad one year for Christmas, because, like, I wanted to make my mom something really special. And, like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, but, like, I used to watch, like, a lot of, like, resin crafting videos, like, how to make your own shit out of resin. And one of the ones I remember seeing was, like, these really cool, how to describe them? Like, cutting boards and shit. Like, custom-made ones. And the thing that they did with these cutting boards and stuff is they made it look like the ocean inside. Like, the way they colored the resin and, like, use, like, hair dryers and shit to make it look like foam. They made, like, ocean scenes or, like river scenes. No sad Nakara's tears aren't useful to mop with, shaking my fucking head. So I was older at this point. I was much older. Like, actually, this was, like, 2-3 years ago. Very recent in my history. In my deep lore. And, like, I fucking hand-built the table. And like I spent forever. I gathered sand. I gathered seashells. I gathered shards of sea glass because I know specifically my mother loves sea glass things. She loves sea glass crafts. And I arranged them very carefully in this table and got the resin and stuff. And I poured the resin in the table. And it was almost perfect. There was only 2 things wrong with it. One, there's some bubbles in it, which I was like, that's fine, it's the ocean, whatever. I didn't care about it personally. But the second one was what really ruined it for me. And it was that, like, you know, we made the resin, we put the color in to make it like the bluish green of the ocean. But this is not artsy resin. There's different types of resin, I have found out. Because of this mistake. No. There are different types of resin. There's the clear artsy shit you can get at like a Michael's or some shit, right?
What did you get?
This is the one we had on stock the most because like my dad has to work on his boats. It was boat resin.
No.
And as I have found out,
all the same.
As I have found out, for one, it dries differently, so the table did not dry correctly. It was sticky still. 2, it yellows a bit.
Oh no.
It ruined the color. The deepest your lore goes is pat me and call me good puppy. Fuck you! Fuck you, I am more complex than this. I have deep lore, Fenry. I have the deep lore. Nope, you know what? No, fuck off. No more werewolf for you. Fenry werewolf gone. Delete. Just fucking delete. Gone. No more Fenry werewolf. Piss Ocean! Yes, it was the Piss Ocean's table.
The Piss Ocean. Oh no.
But like I had wanted to make something like that for a while, or something out of sea glass. Cause like the thing I made with this table too is I made Mom like another thing like ages ago too. It was like a sea glass moose. Because those are her 2 favorite things in the world, sea glass and moose. Okay. I also have what? What's my other bit of lore? According to the Fenry Wolf Prince VT. Don't worry, I didn't delete.
Fuck Fenry, you're a complex human being with emotions.
I wear maid dress and clean house and get paid in poetry and AUs. Fenry, you're lucky we're friends. Okay, I'm gonna undo the thing that I did. Otherwise, I would, like, kick you or something. I don't know. Insert, way to beat up person here. Boom. Let's see, what was it? I had something else I needed to do. Oh yeah! I remember now. Beep 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 beep.
Yeah, Dumpy's asking about the moose.
Oh, anyway, about that moose. I think it's actually still downstairs, if I remember right. Cause, another thing I knew about my mom growing up, but very begrudgingly for me, my mom really likes moose. Like, fucking loves moose. They're like her favorite animal. Like, I remember, even to this day, like, her and her girlfriends will, like, do this thing where, like, they all have, like, their designated, like, mom animal. Or something. That's the best way I can describe it, is their designated mom animal, right? It's the animal, like... Basically, it's like, whenever you go shopping for, like, your girlfriends or whatever, and you need to find a gift for them, but you don't know what to get them, just find something with the animal on it. You're probably pretty good. So my mom's is moose. Like, pretty much you get anything with a moose on it for her, you're set, you're good, golden. And I knew she really liked sea glass. And this was a much simpler project. This was not, for cheese. You know, as a white woman, she probably would like cheese. Actually, she would love cheese, because that's, like, half of what we talk about is cheese. I'll be like, Mom, have you tried this cheese? It's delicious. Man, my white person is showing. My inner whiteness is showing. But, like, she likes sea glass and she likes moose. Bottom line. We, for many years, have collected a shit ton of sea glass. Like, we have fucking vases filled of this shit. Because originally we were gonna make lamps out of it. Didn't happen. So I was like, you know what? We should do something with the sea glass. Because it's just sitting here, doing nothing, taking up space. I want to do something with it. And I was like, what is a good gift for my mom that I can make out of sea glass? Something like relatively simple because I was a teenager. I was like, sea glass mousse. Because sea glass comes in a shit ton of colors. Basically, any color glass bottle you can get in sea glass. And of course, what's the most common sea glass color? Say it with me, kids. Brown. It's brown. So I basically just spent like several hours dumping sea glass onto a table and painstakingly picking through it because it needed to match up, right? Like, I couldn't just have any sea glass. It had to, like, you know, fit the shape of the mousse.
The shape of the moose.
So yeah, that's what I did. I got brown, I got some black, I got some, like, it was clear, because you can't get peach, unfortunately. You can't get, like, a tan color, which did not actually turn out well in the resining. But
The resin.
the resining. But yeah, I took it all and I fucking turned it into Mies. Ow! Thank you, Henry. I love you too. I turned it into sea glass mousse. And that probably today is one of my favorite pieces of art that I have created. And like, that is not my typical like ooga booga furry shit.
When I was a young boy, my
father.
Anyway, when I was a young boy, I weirdly got this habit. I think it started. I bought a wooden picture frame from Michaels, and I painted it. I forget if I painted it for myself or for my mother, but I was like, "Damn, I'm good at this shit." So I bought a ton of them, and one year for some holiday, I just painted a shit ton of personalized, like, little frames for family members, and I themed them off of the family member. Like, my grandpa Bob really liked video games and board games, so I painted his with, like, Risk pieces on them and a Wii remote, like, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
My Uncle Bill was really big into Egyptology, so I painted his all Egypt themed. And Phyllis did a lot of, like, cross-stitch flowers, so I made hers all flowery. And they had them for years. I think they're gone and past now. And I think when Mom was cleaning out the houses, she must have found them. They kept those for years. And I did that when I was, like, a wee child, so they looked, interesting.
As tends to happen.
As tends to happen when you're a wee child. I did those. I made your bracelets. I made bracelets with a trans friend who just came out their preferred name on them once, with the trans color. I like to make things in general. I've knitted cat toys and given them to a friend who adopted a kitten once. I apparently the hand knitted cat toys I made for that kitten ended up being some of its favorite toys, which was sweet.
That is so cute. Oh wait, what is he?
I knit a lot of cat toys for my cats too. I like knitting cat toys. They're fun.
Knitting, I used to knit when I was a kid, mostly because like my grandmother wanted to do something with me, and like the only thing she knew we could do together was like knit. Because like that's pretty much all she did. I think that's pretty much all she still does even to this day is just knit.
I think knitting is fun. It's relaxing.
Knitting is pretty fun.
It's really nice to have hobbies. Hobbies are nice.
Hobbies are good. I honestly, like, I loved and I hated knitting because, like, I don't know what it was about knitting per se, but I got, like, really fucking antsy with it. Like, I couldn't just sit there for several hours and just knit. Like, I would eventually start getting bored.
I like knitting because what I would do is I would put a YouTube video that I could just listen to on in the background, and then I would sit there and listen to the video but have something to do with my hands. So I would sit there and just knit and listen to a YouTube video. It was quite nice. I enjoyed it. I could do it again sometime.
I unfortunately cannot do that. I don't know if this is just like, you know...
It's the undiagnosed ADHD.
It's the fucking undiagnosed ADHD. I have to be doing something. Like, I have to be doing several things. Like, I'm over here, like, I have music on in the background, I'm talking with you guys, I'm paying attention to chat, I'm drawing a werewolf, and I am thriving.
And talking to me.
And talking to you, and I am thriving. I'm loving it. Like, even if it seems like I'm bouncing back and forth and being like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like, I forgot to read this thing. I'm loving this.
See, I
Fenry,
can't
no.
do stuff like this too much. Because if I do this for too long, it drains my social battery.
That's okay. I think we're pretty much to the end anyway. We went a lot longer than I expected, but I'm glad Fenry got to pop in.
Yeah. What I'm very hyper excited for, though, is I am so excited to do archery. I found out that a place near me does lessons, and I am so psyched to start up archery.
Hell yeah. I hope you enjoy archery as much as I did.
What is... Oh, my cat is chewing something. God,
You're making me miss archery, man. Plan for 10, 2 hours later. Yup, pretty much. I plan to be like, I'm gonna be done at 10 p.m. probably. No. Did not happen.
I caught the little bastard.
I mean, we see how well I follow through with plans most of the time, especially like when I get fucking tired.
I caught the little bastard red-handed.
What did he do?
He had the little candy wrapper in his little mouthy when I turned to find him, and he turned to look at me with the candy wrapper in between his teeth.
Big
the
little
bastard.
Dude, you remind me of Fenry. You're reminding me of fucking Coconut Cat art, and her art of her, like, you know, human lady character and her, like, werewolf. But no, not just any werewolf. Werewolf / Minotaur.
Oh god.
Well, you see, her mother was a werewolf and her father was a minotaur, like some variation of that. So he basically turns mostly into a werewolf, but he has like the herbivore eyes and like.
I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere. Ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
I love Nevermore's poetry. Nevermore has some good ass poetry, man. Someone said something about poetry. You know, it's appropriate. We always need Nevi to give us our poetry nights.
Poetry, good.
One streamer will just be everybody just spamming Nevi with poetry. Just be like, give me your best poetry.
Come on, get Nevi to do some, like, spoken word poetry about, like, sexism or something. Come on, guys. Come on, let's get some spoken word in here. Let's get the real shit.
Alright, but I think for now, my energy...
Bitch, I wanted to go the less traveled road, but you won't let me leave here.
Listen! You can't! You're not meant to be out by yourself! Okay?
Nah,
you need to say it here.
Me and Nevi can go for a walk.
Okay, as long as somebody's watching him, I don't trust this bastard.
Oh, but you trust me with Nevi? Because I think that's your first mistake.
Ah, shit, you're right. I probably shouldn't trust the possum with the bird.
Me and Nevi are gonna cause chaos.
Oh my god. You too. Alright. Alright. Enough. I'm gonna get distracted if I keep talking. Time for me to find somebody to send y'all to you can go harass them instead. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. I love you.
No, you don't.
I fucking love you, Darren. You know it, so shut up.
No, you fucking don't.
You are my best friend, dear. You don't forget it. Alright. I see somebody's playing Basmo. And I love Basmo, so you're gonna go watch Sleepy play Basmo now.
Baz.
I unironically started calling it Basmo because of my friends, and now it is just the way I say Basmo. I mean Phasmo.
Yeah, she is just dropping us off at someone else's front porch like an unwanted orphan. You're right.
I'm just gonna walk into Sleepy's channel and be like, you get to babysit them now, goodbye. No. No, I'm not that mean. I love you guys.
Just like the infant left at the orphanage door.
Just like Lewis and Meet the Robinsons. The best movie of all time. It is a good movie though. If you haven't watched it, go watch Meet the Robinsons.
I have been abandoned by my werewolf mother.
Where? Alright. But no, thank you guys so much for coming and joining me today for this surprise art stream. I'm hoping to do one more tomorrow. Maybe in the early afternoon. I'm not sure when, since I didn't get to do the ones that I promised on Wednesday and Thursday. So, for now, you'll just have to keep an eye out either on the Discord or on the Twitter, and if you haven't joined my Discord, you should definitely join it. But for now, it is late for me. I need to rest my brain cells and recharge for another day of shenanigans. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.